Buff Nation, what's going on? All my BWBs, my bandwagon buffs, what's up? Welcome to TLP Live. Welcome to TLP Sports Club. You are now watching TLP Live. This is Free for All Friday. We're going to be talking Colorado football, and we're going to be talking about college football as a whole because it's game week, guys. Well, give yourself some applause. You made it to game week. Give yourself some applause, please. We made it. All of the talk, the hoopla, everything that we've been through together, we finally made it to this one day, game week. This is the week that college football fans get to dust off their underwears, their briefs. I don't know if you're a boxer brief or if you're, what I'm saying, you're those type of briefs. This is where you grab the chips, the chicken wings, and you tell the wives or the partners or whoever whatever your preference. This is where you tell them, I'm sorry, but it's college football season. Not just college football season, it's football season. But better yet, it's college football season. And my dear, you're going to have to, you understand already, right? We talked about this preseason. I went grocery shopping with you. I did everything I could do for you. I even held your pocketbook, your purse, your wallet, whatever I do for you. I did that while we were shopping at the mall. I went with you shopping. Isn't that enough to at least let me free, cut me free for I don't know how many months, okay? Until football season is over. I think it's January 2nd until football season is over. Come on, babe. It's an agreement. It's a yearly agreement if you are in America. To all of my South African fans or all of my South African members, we don't have fans around here, all right? And all of my Philippines, if it's not a thing over there, I'm sorry. But in America, where I'm sitting at right now, this is the time where couples and people who love football, they have to make a compromise. Because, dear, and if it's college football, it's all Saturday. All Saturday. So your chores and everything you do has to be done either on Thursday, probably starting on Wednesday. If you got to cut the grass, if you got whatever you got to do, you got to do that early because you know what time it is. It's football time, baby. It's that feeling there. It's like Christmas for women. You know what I'm saying? It's like Christmas season because they get this feeling where they go shopping. And they got to buy presents and gift wraps, and they're making us go crazy. It's our time to make everybody else go crazy because it's college football season. On Saturday, all right, on the 24th, guys, this Saturday coming, we get to play football. We get to watch football, all right? We're watching football. And you can see there on your screen, I'm sharing that on your screen, guys, how many days we have left. One day. Just one, not even, it's one day. Yes, V. Richie. It's one day. This is it. It's Friday, baby. It's Friday. And then after this Saturday, on Thursday, like in the middle, not the middle of the week, right after Hump Day, Thursday, the 29th, Colorado Buffaloes get to play, I'm about to say Nebraska, excuse me. North Dakota State on Thursday night. Oh, man. And I'm loving it. We got a great show for you today, guys. Great show for you today. All right. We tried to go against the DNC on Monday night, and it was a flop, okay? You said, Harry B., you're not important enough to go against Michelle Obama, you know what I'm saying, First Lady, to go against Kamala and her crew. And you let me down. I appreciate you letting me down because, you know what I'm saying, it was for good reasons. I get it. I understand it. But today, the DNC is done, okay? They're finished. Give me your ears, give me your eyes. Let's talk college football. It's a fun show. On the menu, all right? On the menu, Colorado is trending again. Rightfully so. I don't think Colorado college football, I was just having this conversation with my wife. And I thought about something, and I said, what is politics going to be like without Donald Trump? Because American in the world, we need a villain. We need somebody that we can pick on. We need somebody to hate or love. This is the conversation I was having yesterday. And then I said, what is college football going to be like without Deion Sanders, Shedeur, somebody to hate? And I started thinking about it. That's how I got to the Donald Trump thing, while I was thinking about Deion Sanders being away from college football, or if we had a Deion Sanders without college, if we had college football without a Deion Sanders. Then I thought about it. I was like, you know what? As much as I hate Trump makes politics fun because we need a villain. We need a villain. And Colorado is the villain for college football. And it makes college football fun. Now, once Shedeur leaves, it's going to be a little bit of a downtime. You feel me? A little bit of a downtime. College football ain't going to be as fun because we need, like, you got your fan bases, your purists, your football guys, the guys that understand the X's and O's, go in this block, go into this hole, you know what I'm saying, the B gap, the A gap, and all those gaps. The guys that really get into it real deep. And then you have your guys that will catch the game every now and then. And then, this is new. You got your Deion Sanders fans, your Coach Prime fans. We're new. We're BWBs. I can't say we are new because I'm a football purist, okay? So, but the Deion Sanders fans, the BWBs, the bandwagon buffs, are new to college football. These fans are not necessarily your regular fans. These fans come with emotions. We're here to protect a man, not the game. And I want you to please understand the difference. We're here for the guy, the celebrity, the coach, the businessman, the entrepreneur, the father, the black man. All of these things are going into this one person. He's black. He's a coach. He's a Power 4 coach. This is the reason why you have a lot of people checking on Colorado every single day. You see a thumbnail up, clicking on it. Let me see what they're talking about. Okay, they're not talking about nothing. Let me go. You know what I'm saying? You will even leave your job if a new well-off video drops. You will fake a bathroom break to go watch it if you're at work. That's how serious this is. We've done a lot of talking, guys. We've gone over everything. I've done videos and I've told you guys, look at this team. Here's who they got. Here's who they didn't get. I've done all of that. We've argued. You've hated me. You've unsubscribed. You resubscribed. I'm one of the most hated ones. All right? I provide constant information, but you just haven't hit that subscribe button. Why? Because you don't like me for whatever reason. But it's all good because here we are. Hey, let's talk football, guys. Colorado is trending again. Oh, before I get into the show, I'm already into the show, all right? But before I go into the data and I start giving you, pertinent information, hey, my guy KMS, man, I want to salute KMS. He's actually, he's actually supporting my other channel. He's supporting Billionaires Mindset, and I saw him on the live last night for the the DNC convention. So salute KMS, my guy. I appreciate you supporting Billionaires Mindset. All right, guys. So anyway, we're about to get into the show. We're about to get deep into the show. There's a panel. This show, I run my mouth, and that's what I do. Okay, I'm blessed to run my mouth. God gave me the gift of gab, so I can run my mouth all day, every day. But I don't like to do it alone. I like to just pick on people. People pick on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have tough skin now. But you can call in, guys. I think this. No, it's not this finger. Bring it right here. Join TLPlive@gmail.com. That's the email. Join TLPlive@gmail.com. That is the email for you to call into the show. You can join the panel. We can talk about all of these issues that we are going to be talking about. And the first one is Colorado is getting roasted in the media. Colorado is getting roasted for what transpired with Trevor Riley. All right? What transpired with Trevor Riley? Colorado is getting roasted. And before I get into this one, I got to invite my guy, DC Carson, so that we can both talk about this, give our opinions, get your opinions in the chat, guys. Make sure to smash that like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, guys. I appreciate it. This is how I eat, all right? This is my full-time job, so help me out, please. A brother got to eat. You know, black men, Trump says, those black jobs, the irregulars are coming in and they're taking out black jobs. They need microphones. They need computers. If you cross the border, you better come with your microphone, your Sony computer, your Sony camera. I got 2 monitors. So if you crossing that border to take my black job, you better have a ring light. You know what I'm saying? You better have a ring light. You better have a Sony camera. It's a 4K camera. A Rode microphone, a MacBook, okay? A MacBook Pro, 13-inch, all right? You better have like 20K ready to go, like out the gate, because if you're taking my black job, stop playing with me. Let's go, DC. DC, what up, man? How you?
Man, I'm doing pretty good, brother. How about you?
All is well, man. I am doing pretty good myself, brother. How's your week, man? How's your week?
Well, right now I'm getting some tires put on the car, but it's been a pretty long week, brother, and I'm ready for some football.
Oh man, yo, man, football is about to start, and I'm so excited, man. You guys, Phil, and like y'all been holding me down, man. I just want to say salute, man. We made it this far, and speaking of Phil, let's bring him on. Phil So Real, my guy. What up with you, brother? Welcome to the show tonight. Thank you for calling in, or today.
Happy Friday, man. Let's get this thing rolling, man. I'm tired of watching high school football. I want to see some grown men out there hitting. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Yes. Man, it feels like familiar times. It feels like we've been having so much fun, and now we put all of that on the line now. Now it's time for us. This is where it's at now. No more that, look what Deion Sanders did. No. It's time for us to really get down to the nitty gritty. And college football. Oh, you know what? I clicked on the wrong thing, guys. I'm sorry. I said I wanted to start off with the Coach Prime and his crew getting roasted. So let's be true to the pattern of the show. Let's roast these guys first. All right. Let's roast these guys first. And then you know what I'm saying? And then we'll get to the real business, but let's have some fun first.
yeah, man. Listen, man. I'm glad that we can have fun with this and laugh, because normally when I first saw that come out, I was like, oh man, the quote unquote primettes and prime sexuals, they're gonna be out fighting for Deion. But it seems like the memes are at least making people laugh, so they're not taking it as serious. So I'm happy that we can just laugh a little bit.
Yeah, man. So let's have a little bit of fun. Social media roast Deion Sanders, Colorado over Saudi Arabia NIL claim. Let me set this up for those of you who don't know what the heck we're talking about. If you ain't seen the video, it's about 13,000 views right now on the TLP Sports Club channel. Thank you so much for viewing that video. But we broke news yesterday, you know what I'm saying, in the YouTube first, it's not our news. Anyways, right. Sports Illustrated got a hold of Trevor Riley. Trevor Riley was the coordinator for the special teams at Colorado, and he left. Once he left, Sports Illustrated got a hold of the data, the information on why he left. They made some phone calls, got a hold of that, and they made a report. That was one video. Then after that, he submitted his resignation letter, and so Sports Illustrated went back in and they actually read that letter. And in that letter, Trevor Raleigh, he kind of like he put out some information, and he said, I did a lot of work. I was the guy that went after NIL deals at Jackson State when I was with Coach Prime over there. I come over here and I told you guys that I want to do the same work that I did over there at Jackson State. But also please make me the special teams coordinator, so at least I can have connections with the team. I can still be on the field and help out, but I still with the special teams coordinator, I can actually have a lot more time to go out and search for money for Colorado. I'm a Mormon, so my Mormon community, guys, is $3.something trillion deep. So, and I have connections to the money. And then he says in that resignation, you guys paid me $90,000 a year for me to do that. And then I told you guys that I was going to be, bringing in the money, and you said, go ahead, do it. That's cool. So, and then on the breaks, I went to Saudi Arabia and I made some connections. They was ready to do it, right? And I was like, "Oh, listen, guys, if I'm botching this, just go to my channel. It's on there, okay? You can watch the video. But just for the live sake, let me just cut it short. I made the deal. I brought the Saudis on board, and you guys didn't want to do that. I don't even understand why you didn't want to mess with the Saudis. I don't get it. What gives? You feel me? So his Mormon connections and was probably connected with the Saudi deal. It was like, oh, you can bring the Saudis? Give us, let's go. So when Colorado said no, all of that fell apart. He lost all of his connection in the Mormon community. People are not going to pick up his phone calls anymore. And he said, you know what? Y'all did me dirty. I'm out of here. You feel me? So he left. Now, I don't know if it's after I broke the story, because after 13,000 people watched it, people read the article, okay? Let me not take all the credit. I'm going to take some of the credit, maybe 0.0009% of the credit. They started roasting Colorado online. And it got funny and a little ugly. So, with that being said, let's go over it. And brace yourself if you are.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead, my guy. Go ahead.
Or I want to make a statement.
Uh-huh.
I don't like that this story came out when it did, because I felt like we were getting right to the point where we could talk about Colorado and everything they got going on the field. And yet again, there's a story about something off the field. I am not saying that it's Deion's fault. I'm not saying it's Shedeur's fault. I'm not saying it's Bucky's fault or anything like that. I just hate the timing of the story, because yet again, it's taking the attention away from the young men that have been busting their behinds all winter camp, all summer camp, fall camp, getting ready to play North Dakota State Thursday at 7 or 8 Eastern. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's taking some of the oxygen from all the hard work they've done. So I'm hoping that this story will go. Is there
a violin? You got a violin next to you? Because you're a music guy. Is there a violin somewhere?
No, but I can play the world's smallest one if you want me to.
Yeah, because I feel like playing violin with all of this. Oh my gosh!
I just don't care about the story. I mean, it just seems like it seems like if what everything is being said is true, Deion didn't have nothing to do with it. Like, okay, this is a guy acting on his own.
All right, Phil. All right, whatever. I'll give you partial credit, because I know that you can be real petty if you want to, and you know you love these stories. But I know that you're a good guy.
I really don't.
A football purist, so I know what you're saying is I can give you 50% of that credit and say, yes, this guy's a good guy, and he doesn't really care about all of this. But the other 50% where I know that you like, they got more stuff. People love this stuff, man. Okay? So I'll give you half credit. Let's roast these dudes, okay?
Listen, I'll tell you a joke, but I'll never tell you a lie. When this story came out, and then I kind of saw, quote unquote, what the truth was, I was like, all right, whatever. The only reason why I'm enjoying this story is because of the memes and the social media stuff. Outside of that, I couldn't care less, respectfully.
I find it funny because I feel like Colorado did not even agree to the deal. They didn't do it, so that there was no story to really link to it. But the fact that
Right.
it would have been worse, you feel me? Like, I'd rather have a joke, just a pun or whatever, than it actually being real, and then we have to really answer for it. You feel me? Because this is a non-story, so I'm kind of like, that's why I'm having more fun with it. Because it's a non-story, and Colorado
you're right.
Colorado actually said, you know what, we're not doing this. So, all right, let's go over some of these things. Brace yourself if you are a Colorado purist or a Coach Prime purist, because we're going to make a little bit of fun. Colorado Saudi alternate unis are going to be fire. This is the first one right here. Yo, I'm telling you, yo, like, I don't know when people got hold of the story, but man, it really gets crazy. It gets really crazy. Y'all tell me what your favorites is. So that I'll give you that. This is the first one. So let's play a little game. This is number one. At the end, we're gonna try to choose favorites. Okay, that's number one. The Saudi unis. Okay, the alternate Saudi unis. Tell me if that's your favorite in the chat. I want to know. The second one I can't play because it's probably registered to one of those. It's copyright written music, but you should know this song. We getting A-Rap money. You remember this song? A-Rap money. This song.
Man, when did that even come out? Well, that was last century, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's like was it the Diplomats? But it had a bunch of other artists on there. It had a bunch of guys on there. It had DJ Khaled. It had Busta Rhymes. It was a bunch of guys on this song, and I can't play it, but because of the if I can mute it, I'll probably mute it. But nah, you know that one. So that's number two. A-Rap money. What? Tell me if that's your favorite. This one was crazy. Excuse me. I said, oh Lord, they're doing it. When I saw this article come out, I said, oh Lord. I said, oh no. What? Can you imagine if this stuff was actually true? Like if it was a deal that was done and the Saudis were already in bed with Colorado, can you imagine? This would actually be worse. All right. He said, screw that crowd. Let's talk football. This is football, bro. I told y'all in the beginning of the show, this is the reason why college football is fun now. All right. If y'all want to be on the field and just talk X's and O's, come on now. Y'all know Colorado and the BWBs. We infuse a lot of fun into this. All right, so let's see. What does this guy say? That's number 3, right? Yeah, that's number 3. A-Rap money. The logo, the Saudi logo. All right. I don't know if this is number 3. I don't get this. This one, all my bone saws are Louis. What is that one? What does that mean? I don't know.
I'm assuming it's taking a dark turn. Like, think about what a saw is, and then think about what a bone is. Think about what they do over there. And
okay. So they're going in.
Yeah, literally.
Okay, they're going in. Okay, they're ready to do sacrifices. Okay. This one was pretty good. All right. Deion running into the A&M boosters at the Riyadh Airport, Riyadh Airport, or whatever that says.
Okay, I mean, I get the joke because Texas A&M they spent a lot of money on the class 2 years ago, and ain't getting nothing from it. So yeah, I can see the joke. I can see the joke on that one.
Okay, good. I got you a football purist on here. Y'all can break this stuff down for me,
but that's actually Larry Bird and Michael Jordan dapping each other up, right?
Yeah, that's. But we're turning it into.
No. I just wanted to point out where it came from. That's all.
Right. All right. So I don't even know if I should read this one, but let's go ahead anyway. Deion Sanders was drafted by the Falcons. Okay, this one is a conspiracy right here. Okay, so Deion Sanders was drafted by the Falcons. Atlanta bombing 1996. After he left, he then played for the Cowboys, the rival of New York, for years. Played for the Redskins in D.C. for 1 year. I remember that year because I was there. And retired the summer of 2001, just before 9/11 terrorist attack. Now, why is that?
Oh my God! Okay, listen. I have a dark sense of humor, and I can really take this show off the rails. So I really think we should start talking about football, Harry.
Yo, how many years before the Saudi deal goes? Yo, I can't. I'll tell you, this is football. Come on, man. A little bit more. We gotta play this one.
Okay.
Colorado celebrating a new 5-star transfer.
Hey, they said they got guns in the locker room, right?
They got guns in the locker room.
So that's on brand. That's on
Colorado
brand.
celebrating a new 5-star transfer, bro. This is killing me, bro. I'm telling I gotta go a little bit more. This one.
That's perfect. That's my favorite one right there. I can't lie.
Oh my
He
God!
he could be a good defensive. He'd be a good defensive coordinator, or like a strength coach.
Because anybody that try to come run with the ball, they get burned.
No fly zone. No fly zone.
Well, nobody would have come near this guy. Oh my gosh, yo. Oh man. This guy said tune in this Saturday night for our primetime matchup between Colorado and Baylor. Kick off at 9:11 p.m. Get it? It kicks off at 9:11 p.m. Eastern, presented by the Saudi government.
Hey, KMS said Ralph has been replaced by a camel. Love it. Love it.
I gotta put that one on there. Give me a second. Oh my God. Oh Lord. Oh man. Okay, let's go a little bit more. This is the one that I chose for the cover.
Yeah.
I saw this one. I was like, oh my God, they're doing it. They're killing us online. Oh Lord.
But that's not a bad look on him though. That's it.
It actually ain't a bad look.
No, he would definitely do that. If he went overseas, he would
Prime
do that.
And
we're
listen,
gonna call it Supreme Leader Prime.
Yo, and listen. And after this, Blenders is gonna probably try to trademark this and then try to sell it. And I guarantee you go to any HBCU games, you'll see this, and you'll see this in the Colorado games as well. And dudes would be rocking this.
Did you really just try to compare HBCU? Never mind.
Because Coach Prime is an HBCU product, and people still love him at HBCU. So they'll rock this just to say they support Prime. That's the. Come on now. Stop that. I know you're an HBCU purist.
I didn't say it. I have nothing else to say about it, Harry. Hey, I'm starting to learn that it is okay to shut up sometimes.
It is okay to have fun, okay? Poke fun at the things you love also, okay? We're Colorado channel, not a Colorado channel, but we love Colorado here, where we support Colorado and we can still laugh at the people laughing at us, okay? It's all good. All right? So this is the camo. This is the new logo. Yo, where do people get this stuff? How fast did this thing come out, yo?
Quick, man. That's the beautiful part about it, like social media, the internet, all that kind of stuff. Like, there are some talented people out there with graphic designs and stuff, man. And if you own it, you own it.
Dude, people. I don't know if this is more like an AI Shador. This says Shador pregame next week, so I don't know.
It's gonna be called.
This is Black Jesus.
No, that's don't touch Sheik.
There you go.
Don't touch the Sheik.
There you go.
Oh my God.
Low key, it would be really funny if they did come out with like some type of head wrap on or something like that. That would be hilarious. Just lean into it.
You know what? They should use this because this is marketing. They should definitely use this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, hey, yo, I'm telling you, like, all right, we've made enough fun of Colorado. Wipe your tears. Let's go. Let's talk football. Let's get into it. Oh Lord, I can't, man. Man, I didn't see yesterday. I was too busy doing a lot of things because we about to go on vacation. So I'm running around ragged trying to secure everything. And then this stuff is out there because I would have definitely, put this stuff out. But y'all ready to talk football? Y'all ready to talk a little bit of football?
But you can pivot football is that the conversation is you didn't just lose a bag man because I get what folks are trying to say is that he ain't got nothing to do with it. The coach had, because we're going to go to the coach route, pivoting to football, is that somebody had to have given him a thumbs up to do that. You don't just go around and do that.
But that's what the story says.
Right, and now you don't have a special teams coordinator less than 1 week before you're about to play. So let's pivot.
So listen, let's go. Let's talk about that a little bit. Let me get your perspective a little bit before we move on. So let's talk about the serious side of it. You got to think about what he was given permission to do it. That's what the story alleges, right? He was given permission to do it, and he said he did it. But I mean, think about the connection, right? Think about all of the implications. If you are a Rick George and you're trying to get money for the team, but you're trying to make sure that you're not, ostracizing a group of people that support you. It could be Jewish, it could be whoever don't like the Saudis, right? And I mean, it's totally legal because the Saudis actually own soccer teams in the U.S. They own golf teams in the U.S. golf programs in the U.S. So
yeah,
it's
live
not
golf.
like they're right. It's not like they're doing anything illegal or being in the pocket of foreigners that have the bad interests of the U.S. That's not that, because if they were golf is a white guy's game, and rich white people play golf. So for you to give the Saudis the right to own a part of golf in America, that means that you guys are okay with that. You know what I'm saying?
No,
So,
but Harry, I want to be clear. That's not how that works with Live. Live is its own separate entity from the USPGA. It's like, think about like the NBA and then how they had the ABA back in the gap. That's kind of what that is. It is its own entity. The issue is that a lot of people take issue when certain Americans want to go play for that league that is owned by the Saudis. So it's not like the Americans are saying, "Oh, you can come over here and own a bit of it." The issue is when people are going over there and doing their own thing. So it's not like the Saudi money isn't as welcomed as it may seem. I just say that.
Well, they own soccer teams and live in, but the thing is,
those soccer teams are overseas though. That's different. That's different.
I don't think you can go to Saudi Arabia as an American company and own a major company. I don't think you could do that. So
right, but that's what I'm saying. I don't think they don't own any soccer teams over here. The soccer teams they own are in the Premier League in London or in the UK.
But where is Live?
That's what I'm saying. Live is over there. It is its own entity. They try to have events over here in the US, and they've been getting pushback on that. But the bulk of Live, the golf organization or whatever, I can't remember the exact name of it, or what Live stands for, LIV stands for, but the majority of that is overseas. So they don't have it's not like they're about to have a stronghold in American sports.
No. They're trying to buy the PGA Tour. They're trying to get their foot in, but I'm telling you, if they're doing, they're not illegal. Let's just put it that way. It's nothing illegal about.
Correct.
You're right. There's nothing illegal about what they're trying to do and what they're doing. So I just wanted to make sure, because that's what's going to. If this deal would have happened, it would have happened. But Rick George is, turning this down and saying, nah, we can't do that. There's a lot more to it than just saying, oh no, we don't like what you did, right? Because I mean, at the end of the day, you got to protect the school's interest.
Right, but there were Mormon money too. So what happened on that end? Because I can get not taking the be it adverse to the Saudi money, but what was the issue with the Mormon money?
The Mormon money was tied to the Saudi money. The Mormons probably had interest in the Saudi trying to get connections to the Saudis, and the Saudi was probably the security deal. So if you lose the Saudi deal, you lose the Mormon.
This the funny thing about the story. The way I read it is that he lost out on the Mormon money because he was trying to go over there with the Saudis. That's how I interpreted it. So you might be right.
Right. I'm not. That's not how I read it. I felt like the Mormons probably wanted to get connections, and he was probably trying to make, depending on who his connections were with the Mormons, right? They probably have businesses or other things, other ventures that they want to happen, that they want to pass through or make happen, and it probably was connected to that Saudi deal. So I'm sure that Rick George in Colorado was probably like, okay, Mormon, that's fine, we good, right? But then once the Saudis came into play, in order for you to solidify the Mormon, you got to get a bigger deal to tie it all together. So that's where you go to the Saudis. So if the Saudi deal falls through, everything falls out. That's like the bottom falls out.
So then why is a special team coordinator coordinating that type of deal? That does not sound something's not right with that. That means it's like it's almost gaps in the information, because you wouldn't have somebody that you're paying $90,000 to be negotiating hundreds of millions, if not billion-dollar deals, and
I'll say billion-dollar deals.
Right, as well as a special team coordinator and having $1 trillion worth of access. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, I mean, but it's like a special skill, right? Everybody has to come with something special. You're coming to the table with something special. That was his something special. He did it at Jackson State. And if you come somewhere, you're working with the team and you're saying, hey, I have this special skill. I know money people in the Mormon community. Their eyes are going to light up and be like, oh, you do? Great. And he's like, yo, I got connections. So why wouldn't you?
Can I give you the quote real quick on what it said about the Mormon situation? Because in my head, I just don't see the Mormons working with Muslims. Like, that just don't work. They don't even like black people like that. So like, why would they? But anyway, it said Riley also wrote.
But go ahead.
It said Riley also wrote that he burned through all his contacts in the Mormon community, which is worth $3 trillion.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, now I can't get these people to answer calls because I just found out today that none of my endeavors will happen. So to me, it seems like those are separate situations, but I don't want to get caught up in the weeds on it. But either way, I do agree. Like, it is interesting to have somebody making $90,000 a year, your special teams coach, doing something like this. I don't know if CU has a GM, but that is a position that we're seeing a lot of teams having now in college football. Mm-hmm. And I think if they don't already, it would serve them to have a GM to handle stuff like this, so there's no confusion.
But okay, but I get it, but I think it was more so like, you know how coaches, they come on the scene and they got special talents and they come in and they say, hey man, you know, I want to, you know, I can do this and I can do that. I think it was just that. I don't think it was anything nefarious or anything crazy. I think it was just like, hey, I can do this. I got connections, and the way that the NIL landscape is going, you will welcome that, because keep in mind that Rick George is a money guy too. Rick George is he's the money man, and he
it's just weird though. It's just weird because he also was asking for a special teams job, right? So it seems like he just wanted a way to be connected to the team, and then he could do other stuff. It didn't even seem like he was going to be involved with anything that's going on the field.
Right, but I think that's what it was. I think he was more so because he, like he said in his letter, in his resignation letter, he said that he went after NIL deals at Jackson State, and he also asked to have connections on the team because you need job security, bro. So you know what I'm saying. So when you're doing your deals, you gotta have what's the word indispensable or in the whatever I can't think of it right now because I'm live, but you got to be able to not be fireable. You feel me? Or at least that easily. Indispensable. That's the word? Indispensable, right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Right. So go ahead.
By the way, CU does have a general manager. His name is David Kelly. I didn't know. I didn't know that, so I just want to put that out there. I just looked it up. His name is David Kelly. So they do have a person in that position, but I also understand that maybe his ministry ain't the NIL ministry.
But also keep in mind, CU also has public
public funding.
No. They have publicists, right?
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Do you ever see information director?
Do you ever see the publicists or hear about the publicists? Do you ever see anybody promoting CU besides Coach Prime and his boys?
It depends on what bubble you're in, but I only get my CU stuff off of YouTube, so maybe Twitter here and there. So I don't know what they got their publicity team doing, to be honest with you.
All right, let's bring on Ron Tate to join the conversation. Ron Tate, welcome to the show, brother. How you doing today? Thank you for
hello guys. Hello Phil and DC.
What's going on, Ron?
Harry. Wow. I was kind of suspicious when I heard the story about the guy. You're not going to a Sam's Club manager or the head of Walmart or Pepsi Cola. You're traveling across the Atlantic to Saudi Arabia, one of the richest countries in the world, to broker a
And
deal,
controversial.
a controversial deal for an American college football team. It just didn't. It was. I'm still suspicious about the whole
But
thing.
wait, but why are y'all so suspicious? Are y'all really? Let me ask you a question. This is an honest question. Do y'all really think that all of the money that's in college football is coming from America?
I
Well,
do personally, yes.
What?
I think the roots of it. I mean, you have people that have money, dabbled overseas, but I think the root of the money that, or at least what we're told or what we're seeing, is American made money.
And you
Now,
believe that, but do you believe that?
no, in the global market nowadays, no. That's
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's no way that American oil money doesn't touch Saudi oil money. No way.
oh, that's definitely 100% true.
Right. So, so all the money, so all of these teams that have all of this money, the businessmen, right? You got to check the businessmen. You got to follow the money. If you follow the money, I guarantee you there is money that's not U.S. money. All right. So let's not sit here and pretend like college football is playing fair. College football ain't been fair for years, and I don't think this is new. I don't think this is new. This is just Coach Prime. This is a story that Coach Prime is making hot. That's it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But I don't think Rick George wanted CU to be the school to break it open.
Yeah. I don't think that story. I don't think they can survive that story.
Yeah, don't be the first to do it. Be the second to do it.
Right. and you don't survive that story, especially being the villain already. Let's bring on Tim. Tim, welcome to the show. You are from Dallas, so you should know about oil money. What's up, brother?
Yo, what's up, man? To the panel, what's up, guys?
What's up, Tim?
How you
What
doing?
up, bro?
What are your thoughts before we move on from this Saudi story? What are your thoughts on this story? What do you think? What angle can you come in on this?
I wouldn't touch. I mean, I wouldn't touch nothing that has to do with the Saudis, especially being a black man in the position that he's in. I wouldn't want to have anything affiliated with Saudis. That's why I put in the chat, him and Rick George would be sitting in front of Congress because they will make an example out of him. As far as that oil money, you got a lot of people here in Texas that deal with that oil money, man, and they donate it back to University of Texas, Texas A&M, especially. So, let me see, President George Bush graduated from Texas A&M. His dad messed with that oil money, which they was giving a lot of money back to the University of Texas A&M. That's why Texas A&M has a big bankroll to fund a lot of stuff when it comes to NIL. Could it be tied to that oil money? I wouldn't put it past it.
For real.
If you're talking about the Bushes, it's definitely tied to the Middle East. Or I don't want to start any controversy on.
Keep the politics for my other channel.
That's the story for the other channel.
Yeah, keep the politics for the billionaires mindset. hey, college football guys, let's pivot. That's enough of that story. Let's leave this alone.
Thank you.
Hey, Rudy Wright, appreciate you being in what's the name in the chat. John Doe, what up with you? KMS, John, Tim, you already on the panel. Surfer Boy 3000, what up with you? Terrence Duke, what's up? Ron Tate's on the panel. Harlem Rent, what up with you? Oh, Harlem Rent, that's my guy. Harlem, what up? Rent, what up? Oh, that's my film guy. We got some stories. I got some great news coming later on with my guy Harlem Rent. All right, it's something we working something. We working on something. All right, that's my film buddy. Might just put me back into the film industry there. I don't know. We'll see what happens on that one. Stacy Ephraim, what up, Stacy? The Texas Truth. I didn't see you in a minute. Well, stop playing with me. You better come on the show. Stop playing with me. I hope hope all is well, everybody. Let's go. Week 0 starts with Florida State and Georgia Tech. Who you got?
I'm gonna say Florida State by double digits.
How is Georgia Tech looking nowadays? All you purists and you OGs, y'all gotta know these two teams.
Where's this game at?
This
Dublin,
game is
Ireland.
what you say?
It's in
Dublin.
Dublin,
Yeah,
Ireland.
it's in Dublin. Yeah, that's right.
Wow. Well, you know, there was
So
a time when Georgia Tech would compete with the Florida and Texas schools for those athletes. But here lately, man, they just haven't been holding water with them. So I know Florida State did lose some players, but I still think they have this by, I say, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I know Phil been sleeping on Florida State, and
how am I sleeping on Florida State? If I just said I think Miami's gonna win the conference. I didn't say Florida State was gonna suck.
you sleeping on them though. They lost too many people for you and all that bowl junkie like Coach Prime be saying.
No, I do think they lost a lot. However, I was looking at their offensive line this year because they put out their depth chart a couple of days ago, and I was impressed or surprised to see that everybody on their starting line is either a senior or a redshirt senior. So that means they played, at the very least they've practiced a lot with college football. I didn't see how many of them actually started games, but that is impressive. I think the only position that has a guy that is not a senior starting on the offensive line is the right guard, but they have it listed on the depth chart as or. So it could be a red shirt senior starting or a red shirt junior starting. And if you're a red shirt junior, that means you played college, you've been in college football for at least 4 years. So they have a veteran offensive line as far as being in college football. I just don't know how much starting time they have together. So that's why I think Florida State is going to be a little bit better than Georgia Tech. And I think they're going to win by double digits. I don't know if it's going to be 3 like Ron said, but I definitely think it's going to be double digits.
Well, the line is FSU 11, and the over/under on point total is 55. So if I were going
55.
to Vegas and doing something, I probably would take the over. I probably would take the over, and as well as I take FSU beaten by over 11. Yep, that's exactly what I would do. I think FSU does run them because I don't think Georgia Tech is going to have the defense to be able to stop them, nor do I think they can score. And if you think about it, 55 55, that's right on in there. I mean, what do you think about it? The game being like 35-17 or somewhere around that?
That's roughly what it would be, yeah.
Yeah.
If it holds, yeah.
All right.
But you also have to think about the fact that Georgia Tech, they're still in their transition from running that spread option, doing all that kind of crazy stuff they used to do. So now you're starting to see them look more, they look more up to date because they used to run the wing tee. Then they had a guy come over from Georgia Southern that it was more of a spread, but it was still in the wing tee type situation. So now this guy Brent Key that's coming in, he's made their offense look a little bit more modern. They got Haynes King, the transfer from Texas A&M. He's not a bad quarterback. I think both him and DJU have a lot to prove this year because they came in kind of highly touted out of high school. So I think you're going to see some good quarterback play. I just think Florida State is just too good in this situation.
Right, but notice that thing, like I said, 35-17 is the over. This is how people, I would say, of course, we're not advocating betting at all. And this is just an entertainment discussion only. But
hey, like DC, are those the Vegas numbers?
Yes.
You said 35-17?
No, what I'm saying is Vegas is setting the total, like the total points at 55 of the over and under. Like that you can bet it's going to be over 55 points scored or it's going to be under 55. So when you have games like this, let's say if you do 35, I said 35-17 because I would take the over. But then it more than likely would be, let's say, for example, end of the game, Georgia Tech has 14, and then they kick that field goal that would screw folks out of money that took the under versus taking the over. So I think at the beginning of the year, my thought process is you want to practice, you want to run through all of your stuff in game time situation. That's why I think that field goal, you want to go ahead and do that over versus staying on that under.
Hey, Vara 30, what up with you, man? Hope all is well. Welcome everybody to the channel. All right, guys. So let's just get it on tape. The other teams that are going to be playing on that week 0. All right. So the first we got this Florida State versus Georgia Tech game is going to be at noon, and that's going to be on ESPN, right? Let me make sure I get this thing correctly. All right. So yeah, that's noon at ESPN. The next game is going to be Montana State at New Mexico, 4 p.m. Eastern time. That's going to be on FS1. And SMU at Nevada, 8 p.m. on 8 p.m.
CBS
Eastern
Sports.
on CBS Sports. Delaware State is going to be at Hawaii, 11:59 p.m. That's 12 o'clock Eastern time.
If they
Midnight.
make it, they miss their
Midnight.
flight. If they make if Delaware State makes it because they missed the flight.
Yeah, it was on Tuesday they missed their flight, wasn't it, DC?
I think it was.
Yeah. It was,
Wait, you said they missed their flight?
Yeah.
Well, think about it here. They're going from Delaware, and Delaware State is an HBCU. You're going from Delaware all the way to Hawaii. Good God.
Yeah.
That's a long flight.
So black people are always late? Is that what you're trying to say here?
Oh, no. I'm sure. I ain't saying they was taking Spirit or nothing like that. I'm just basically saying.
Hey, I'm gonna say this though. At Grambling, when we played D1 teams, we got chartered flights. Even the marching band got chartered flights. So when we played Washington State back in 2005, we had a chartered flight from we had to drive from Grambling to Dallas, and then we flew out of Dallas and went straight to Seattle. So
where did y'all get that information from?
I mean, it was in the news. It was a story because I mean it is kind of a big deal. You got a team, to start the season getting ready to, lose their or miss their flight to go to Hawaii.
So nobody from the HBCU alumni groups can say, "Hey man, I got you. I got a private jet. Y'all can take." Nobody can come to the rescue. What are we doing here? A
private jet is not going to carry a whole football team.
Well, if y'all can do it, if they can do it for your anyway, charter. They can't charter a flight. I mean, what are we doing here? How are we waking up?
Not.
How are we waking up late for the flight? What are we doing?
I guess the billionaires, the black billionaires, are wasting their money trying to get people to. Never mind. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, don't go there. I know you about to.
Yeah. This is not the political channel. I'm sorry.
No. Look on the ticker at the bottom. Okay, I got the information on the ticker. If you want the polysocial channel, it's called Billionaires Mindset. So go over there, open up a second tab, help your brother out, and just let it run because I need the hours. I'm trying to get monetized on that channel. All right, I go crazy over there too.
So is that where I go and say, hey, Harris needs to be polling better than 72%. She needs to be mid-80s in order to win, black vote in order to win. I'm just
talk crazy over there. I want you to come over there. Listen,
I'm just being honest with you.
I want you to come over there and talk crazy over there. That's where I'm taking all of the crazy stuff that is not football. I'm taking it over there. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go crazy over there. I'm just getting started over there too. So I'm trying to figure out my schedule for that channel as well. So, but we're talking crazy over there.
Hey, let us not forget though, Florida A&M and Norfolk State play at 7:30 on ABC Saturday night as well. So that is a primetime game on ABC. So let's just show some love to our HBCUs since Dion is supposed to be swag and y'all love him so much. Let's go support Florida A&M going against the MEAC, which that game is actually going to be in Atlanta.
So wait, is the Delaware State and Hawaii game on any type of network or no?
I'm looking at the ESPN and
it's going to be on YouTube TV.
It should be on ESPN 6.
Yeah, they don't even have a broadcasting channel. They don't even have a broadcasting channel for that game. So yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be televised.
Oh Lord! So hold up. The Texas Truth, this is a football guy right here. He said game number 2, we should root for Montana State. So there'll be one win over a rival North Dakota State. That's our first game, right? So that's why we should root for them. We're not rooting for none of them. You know what I'm saying? We're not rooting for none of them. Y'all crash and burn over there in the FCS, okay? We ain't got no time. especially if you're thinking that you're about to come beat us. You're going to have something else on that. All right, guys, so let's look at the depth chart. Let's look at this Colorado depth chart. Let's see. I want your football brain. Let's look at this depth chart and let's see what this depth chart is telling you. I mean, y'all should be familiar with this. We don't went over this too many times. All right. Wait.
Let's be fair.
Before we do this is the part where Ron Tate is about to vote me off the island. So.
Wait, are you about to go? You about to go in?
Just if you see me spitting out numbers and stuff like that, even a 72% polling, it needs to be an 85. It's because I pay attention to stuff like that. So I'm about to get voted off the island. So let's just get ready for it.
Yeah.
Hey,
Buckle your seatbelts because we about to get into Colorado. We got to get down to the nitty gritty. Go ahead, Phil.
But hey, I want to make sure I point out, I believe in this last press conference, Coach Sanders pointed out that he probably won't be releasing the depth chart of who his starters are going to be until 10 minutes before the game. I think he said it's like a joke. So just keep in mind, this is not official from the Colorado football staff. This is projections. But we can still have a discussion. Just want to put that out there.
Oh, look at you protecting Prime. Okay, I see you. You come a long way, Phil.
No, I'm trying to protect the people that's going to say we hating and all this other kind of stuff. I just want to provide the correct context. That's all.
But in that you also protect the Prime. You didn't notice?
I guess. I mean, it is
you
what
did.
it is.
I'm just trying. Yeah, you did. Prime. This is not Prime. Prime didn't say this, so don't hold him to it. All right. So
hey, he didn't. He didn't. The truth is the truth, Harry.
The truth is the truth. You're consistent. Let's get into this, man. Let's go. Let's talk about this. First of all, let's get everybody that's currently watching to please hit the like button. All right. More people will notice that we're online. And then second of all, I need, if you're in the chat, if you can, if your fingers are not broke or you can't type or whatever, I understand that. But if your fingers are not hurt, I need predictions. Win-loss predictions. Let's put it. I've been consistent this whole time. I'm gonna be the first to chat mine to put it to mine in the chat. But I need. Hey Phil, are you able to do that chart that thing that spreadsheet you talked about? Are you able to do that?
That was the whole point of me asking a couple of days in advance.
If we should have done that, right? Don't worry about it. I didn't. You know what? I didn't understand the question. So anyway, don't worry about it. But we got it on tape. 8-4. Colorado is going to go 8-4 this season. Okay? I got mine in. DC, what is your prediction, please?
Vegas has the win total at 5.5. Over and under. I'm going to take the under.
Dog, DC?
Yep.
Wait, I don't know over stuff. What is your number? Please just give it to me, please.
So Vegas says is that they believe that, remember like last year they believed that Colorado.
I'm not worried about Vegas. Tell me your numbers, guy. Come on.
Okay. Well, I'm saying I'm going to say 5 games, 5-7.
5-7. DC 5-7. All right.
Terrible.
All right. We got Phil 7-5. We got Stacy Eastrom 9-3. All right. Phil's what's the name? Terrence Duke is 10-2. Ron Tate, what is your win projection? Win-loss projection?
10-2.
10-2. All right. Ron Tate is 10-2. We have V Richie 10-2. Okay. The Texas Truth, we have 9-3. All right. Okay, so DC is okay. All right. Who else is on board? Okay. All right. Tim Smith, what is your prediction?
I'm still riding 10-2.
10-2. All right. Tim Smith is 10-2. How do y'all want to go about this depth chart? How do y'all want to talk about this?
However you want to. We just start from top to bottom.
Okay.
And then we agree.
All right. So y'all let me know if this is, are they having this as starters? Is this how they're doing it? All right.
Yeah, the first column is going to be your first string. Then it said where it says player 2, that's going to be your second string, third string, so on and so forth.
All right. That's good. Thank you for that. All right, so we got wide receiver X. Y'all let me know what these letters stand for, because there's people also that's out there that don't know what these letters stand for, and for the most part, I don't know either. Okay.
Can you blow it up? I can't really see it that well.
Yes. Let me do my Trump hands. Okay. Let me know what these numbers stand for. Okay. Okay. Let's go. Hold up. Give me a second.
I get so caught up on crowd size.
I am caught up on crowd size. I want to make sure that everybody's watching. Okay. I need those eyeballs. Okay. Stop playing with me. Can you see it now?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Cool. All right. So we got wide receiver Will Shepherd. He's a graduate transfer. And wide receiver Z Hunter, Travis Hunter. He's a junior transfer. Oh, Travis is going early. He's going to the NFL early. Okay.
Can I got my first objection, if you don't mind.
Yes, go ahead.
I personally don't want to see Travis starting at the receiver position. I would much rather see him be used just like in situational football. I think they have too many guys that are only wide receivers that are good enough to start and let him come in as needed so he can be saved for the defensive side of the ball, because I think that's where he'll have the best impact.
Hey, I got some pushback real quick.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I think the NFL is looking at Travis more of a wide receiver, a wideout, than a DB. So he's going to really have to showcase, even though we're going to play both sides of the ball, showcase more wideout than DB this season.
I don't take issue with that, and the reason why I say that is because he did say that he didn't really care too much for playing man coverage. He enjoyed playing zone coverage a lot more, and we know in the NFL it's going to be a lot more man than zone. So if he knows that's his weakness, then yeah, maybe he should be doing a little bit more receiver. So I give you that.
We got saltiness in the chat. Of course, you don't want to see Travis out there. You predicted 5 wins.
I think if he's out there less on the offense, it will be better for the team, and they'll actually have more wins. But that's neither here nor there.
Let's cut the show real quick. Let me just put this out there. Yardman is a hater. Yardman hate Shador Sanders and Deion Sanders. Yardman, you are a hater, bro. I just had to put this out there. All right. I talked about Shador getting snubbed, and we don't care none of that stuff at the end of that video that I did, my last video. And he's like, "Oh, Harry, him getting stuff. Who cares? Shador, he's been spoon fed, and his father giving him starting positions when he didn't deserve it, and all that." I said, Yardman, this is one of the best quarterbacks in college football, top 5. I want to give him number 1, but I'm just saying, just to have a civil conversation, top 5, and you're telling me that he's been spoon-fed his whole career and he don't deserve nothing? Come on, Yardman. Look, that's hater stuff. We stopped doing that. We stopped putting a hater tag on everybody, right? And Yardman, you've been a good constituent of this, you know what I'm saying, of the club, all right? But bro, you're a hater, bro. Stop playing with me. All right, I got it out. Let's go. Let's Yardman. If you got something to say, come on the panel. You know the email. Matter of fact, let me just put the email back on there just in case anybody wants to come on here. They're like, yo, you're talking crazy. Let me come and correct y'all. All right. So the email, once again, I'm going to take this off the screen. So please write it down, guys. And do y'all ever remember that my Cash App is right there? Come on, man. I ain't seen Wild Dog in a minute, but where's my Cash App? $ TLP Sports Club. Come on, man. I do this for a living. Stop playing with me. Join TLP Live at gmail.com. It's right there above your screen. Join TLP Live at gmail.com. You email me. I send you the link. You come on the panel, and you can defend yourself. Okay, Yardman? Stop playing with me. You're a hater, bro.
Hey, Harry, can I ask Tim a quick question about?
Before you do that, for everybody that don't know, Yardman is a constituent of the club, okay? He's a BWB. We all, it's all love. I can scream at him. This is not being disrespectful. He knows what's happening. Go ahead with your question of Tim.
All right, Tim. So, like I said, I give you your point about Travis being at the receiver position more. Do you think he's going to be better served playing in the slot position or playing on the outside?
Well, didn't it say slot? Sometimes
well,
on
the Z position is the wide out to the right, usually, of the quarterback, if I'm not mistaken.
What's
and
the
then
X
your
position?
Y. So the X and Z are on the outside, and then your Y is the slot receiver.
So,
and that's the person.
Tim, are you good, Tim, to answer that question? That was for you.
Yeah. if the line holds up, then I would put him on the outside. If the line is not being able to hold their ground, then I would bring him on the inside in the slot.
Mm-hmm. Quicker routes.
But I feel like he's better served outside, as well as Will Shepherd on the
Mm-hmm.
on the opposite side. I mean, they feel, which I'm pretty sure that's what Pat Shermer gonna do, wide everything out, because I feel like having a linebacker or a slot DB going up against Wester is a nightmare, or Jimmy Horn. It's a nightmare. So I like him in or out, depending on how the line holds up.
Speaking of the line, do you have a follow up, Phil?
Yeah, I just want to say this last point. I'll let you get to the line. But I would like to see Shepherd and Timmons, the outside guys, and then give me Hunter and Wester be your slot guys. Because just the way I like to build a team, I like my bigger guys, my possession guys kind of being on the outside, my quick twitch guys to be on the inside. And I think Travis, if he gets the ball in open space, he can boogie a little bit. He can get you an extra couple of yards. Same for LeJounte. It'll be a lot of matchup nightmares putting him in the slot. So I think that would be better served for them. Obviously, I'm not a head coach. I don't know nothing about football, but those are my 2 cents.
But
don't try to be modest.
Let me
I
ask
don't
you
know nothing
this,
about
Phil.
no football, bruh. You in your underwear at 11:59 on Friday nights. Stop playing with me, okay? You know football.
No,
man.
but people gonna be like, "Oh, he don't know what he
Hey,
talking about."
Don't worry about these people, man.
I'm beating him to the punch. I'm doing the
Listen.
Eminem on 8 Mile.
These people
Hey,
are
Phil.
mature now, okay? We're a little bit more mature. We can have tough conversations now, okay? So relax.
Hey, Phil, with the 50-50 ball, I would feel more comfortable putting Travis Hunter on the outside, just because he didn't
Yeah,
already
I agree.
display that.
Yeah, but
I
hold
will
on.
say that he's a great go getter when the ball is up in the air. I will give you that.
But hold on, if y'all are saying that, then that means that tells me you're not going to run that ball much. So I'm gonna drop my number down to 4.
See, you
Because
ain't
you
gonna
have-
run the ball. Are you kidding?
Hold it.
Come
joking.
on.
I'm joking. Please, y'all don't cancel my channel.
Yeah, I mean, if you're running 4 outs constantly, you know that run. You are not really running that ball.
Right. That's you have to defend that. I think having the 4 receivers, I think you're going to have Jimmy Horn Jr. and LeJounte Wester on the inside on each side, because they are going to be doing short routes,
I see
and
where
that
you're
is
going
to
with that.
that is to protect his check down. If there's any problem with the offensive line, they're able to get open fast. You have speed and quickness. Yeah, Will and Travis, 50-50 balls, they're going to win it for you almost every time. But I think this is a safe bet that, when you go 4 wide, that the defense have to defend. They have to pull a linebacker off the field in order to defend Jimmy Horn or Wester. You're going to have to bring in your nickel or a dime back to 2 defensive backs to cover them, which is going to weaken your front. So even having 4 wide like this, you could still run the ball if you have a solid offensive line.
All right.
And
So
I want to concur with what Ron is saying, because if you look at Tennessee, they run really, really wide splits to spread out the offense. That allows them to kind of get into some of those holes that is being created on the defense. So,
And when's the last
it
time
could
you heard
work.
of Tennessee having a good running back?
They
Exactly.
don't have to have a good running back to still have a good running game. Sometimes you can just be schemed. Think about it. Army and Navy, they have great running games, running schemes, but don't nobody know them running backs.
Because they can't throw the ball. Because they're one-dimensional. And that's
Okay,
kind of what you're...
But if your argument is that somebody can have a good running team, they have to have a good running back. I don't think the two are mutually exclusive.
Well, I want to say one more thing about the running game.
Say one
and
more
the
thing, and then
scheme.
we got to get to this line.
Okay, Okay, go ahead. But the scheme of it, you have a professional and an NFL offensive coordinator running that offense, and you have an NFL defensive coordinator running that defense. And these guys are used to making adjustments, you know, sometimes from quarter to quarter or from possession to possession. So that's where we're going to see another increase, I believe, in the efficiency of the defense and the offense because of the coaching staff.
Okay, y'all brought up the line a couple of times. Like there are contingencies. There are it's contingent upon the line doing well. All right. So everybody still got that question in their heads on the line. Now we go to the line and we see Jordan Seaton is on the did y'all say blind side or weak side? What are we talking about?
He's on the left side. That's the blind side.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the blind side is a left tackle. Left guard, we got Tyler Brown. And then we got center Hensley Lincoln. I don't think this is going to change. I don't know. Maybe Tyler may be different, but I don't see. I heard that Tyler was it left guard? But I read recently that Tyler was playing another position because somebody got hurt or somebody was doing something with an injury. But
I'll say this: whoever their most seasoned guard is, I would rather them be on the side with Seaton to kind of help him out. He's really good, but
can y'all be honest?
Listen,
can y'all be honest with me for a second and be as brutally honest? Okay, the season is almost here, so whatever you say doesn't matter anyways. It has to happen on the field. How do y'all really feel about Jordan Seaton at left tackle? And let me start with Ron first.
Well, he's a freshman. He's a great athlete. #1 offensive line out of high school. I am very nervous about that. The only plus is that he's going against the defensive line that we have, throughout the summer and the fall practices. Hopefully that really gave him an eye shot of what he's going to have to deal with going against the #1s of other teams. So
do you think our defensive line was good enough? Do you think our defensive line was a good sample for what's to come, or and that's going to be a good enough test for him, or you're still nervous because you have no idea what's coming in that Big 12?
No, I'm because I think that was a great test when you look at the NFL projections of the individuals that may be going to the NFL from our defense. So there's a projection out there that we may have as many as 11 guys from the defense going into the NFL. So and several of those individuals, I know 3 or 4 right off the top of the head, 3 off the defensive line, and one of the linebackers, I forget the guy's name, are projected to be drafted in the NFL in 25. So I think he got a really, really good look at what to expect, and like he said, some of the things that he knew that he needed to work on, that he had an opportunity to work on those things, and I'm just hoping that he was able to do that.
Tim, how do you feel about a freshman coming in and then they're starting him at left tackle? How do you feel about that?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, yes.
Okay. I look at it as, I feel like the competition that he's going up against day in and day out at practice, from an athlete's perspective, is good for him. I feel like he's holding his own. Now pivot to when you talk about synergy. They're finna go up against a team with that been playing together for 4 and 5 years, 6 years. So therefore, he's gonna get a lot of different looks, a lot of different twists and turns, a lot of shifting that may throw him off, not being able to get that aspect from Colorado in everyday practice, because those guys are just now coming together to play as one due to the transfer portal. So, but I do feel good where he sits, but I feel like that the direction going forward for the rest of the season when it comes to Jordan Seaton being his on that left side.
Hey, P2D Raw Network. Nobody has 4 seconds in the NFL or any form of college football, any form of football, let alone college football, for you to throw that ball. You got 2.5, 2 seconds to 3 seconds, if that. So yeah, 4 seconds. Good luck with that. All right. So
I'd
was
like
that
to chime in.
was
Oh,
that
go
Tim?
ahead, DC. Go ahead, DC.
Right. Let
Phil-
me give you a perspective.
DC, go ahead, please. How do you tell me your real feelings? Like y'all giving me these
All right.
y'all giving me these warm and fuzzies. Like I want to know what how y'all really feel.
Right. Well, I mean,
Like
that's
if
the
we
thing
were
about it.
offline, how do you feel?
All right. So here's the thing with Seton, and he is a freshman. Ron is absolutely spot on because he understands that. But for what I understand, the ones on offense go up against the twos in defense. So I don't think he's necessarily going up against their. He's certainly not going against the best full speed. I will say that. Number two, I think you have to consider that team synergy. You know, again, he's going to get different looks. Of a defensive coordinator, he's going to throw a freshman all kind of different looks to confuse him, and enough to be able to get, to take Shedeur out. So I think, and then the other thing I will have to say is that while I think they definitely got better line, anybody telling you that they didn't get better linemen is not telling you the truth. The problem is just because, let's say if I was a 1, that doesn't mean, and then I got better people in, that doesn't mean now I'm at a 10. It may be I improved 2 or 3 spots. And so if you're at a 4, that's still below average because it was that bad last year. So that's one of my concerns, is that you do have a freshman that you're expecting to come out there and do something. And generally that doesn't work. I'll give you case study here. And as I punt it to Phil, Caden Proctor. Go ahead, Phil.
Perfect. So with Caden Proctor, he was the number 1 tackle coming out of high school last year. Well, year before last. Alabama put him at the left tackle position and he started. But who did they put beside him? Tyler Booker. Their best guard, one of their most mature, one of their leaders on the team, especially on the offensive line. Caden Proctor still struggled to start the season. He looked bad against UCF. He looked bad against Texas. But as the season progressed, if you notice in that Michigan game, when in the second half, when Bama came out and actually started running the ball down Michigan throat a little bit, right before they had those snap issues, they were running to the left side of the line where Caden Proctor was. So he became a strength for the team. And I think Jordan Seaton is going to look kind of like that. Now, the way that Bama normally do stuff, and I would have preferred to see it, is let him start off at guard, let him get used to playing and being an actual offensive lineman in college football, and then next year kick him out. But the fact that he's starting at left tackle as a freshman, I think that does say a lot. But I'm still concerned at the very least the first quarter of the season. Now, once we get into the second 4 games of the season, I think we'll see a lot more of what we project him to be. But I definitely think he's going to struggle specifically against Nebraska because they're playing in Nebraska. That is the one game that's going to be like, all right, maybe he got the juice, maybe he don't. But I'm still not going to hold it against him what happens in the first 4 games of the season.
Peter Investor, what's up with you? Hope all is well, brother. I appreciate you coming on today. All right, so everybody's giving their opinions. Now, we obviously have no issues with the quarterback's position. Let's talk about
I don't know. Staub is pretty good. Staub is pretty good, man. Staub is good. I don't know.
Staub. I like Staub, and I hope you're not joking. Okay?
I'm being silly. He should be the starter.
I can feel it in your tone. I get it. All right, we've been here long enough. All right, I ain't forgot about who you are.
I love you too, Harry.
Lord have mercy. Y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna see. And please mark this day down, all these weeks down, where when Staub become that NFL GOAT, y'all gonna be like, dang, Harry B, that guy knows something where we don't. Like he got insight. Okay, y'all see one day Staub is gonna be an NFL quarterback. Just watch. You'll see. Keep sleeping on Staub. All right, let's go over to the let's see.
Running backs.
Let's go to the running backs. So, okay, no. Before we go to the running backs, how do y'all feel overall with this offensive line, right? Let me get your thoughts on the offensive line as a whole. We picked on Jordan Seaton a little bit because he's a freshman. I like Jordan Seaton. I like where his mind is at. I think he's going to have to grow fast on the job. So that's my opinion. I think he's going to have to grow fast, but I think he's going to be okay. I don't feel comfortable with the weak side. That's just me. I feel like I want somebody more experienced on that weak side. Just because they've seen it before, they've been against it before, and now they know what's happening. If somebody like a Tyler Brown, I want to see on the left side because he
is on the left side.
Tyler Brown being on the well, he's the left guard. I want him to be the left tackle.
Okay, gotcha. I don't know if he is a tackle though. Normally, I see him at center.
Yeah, he said he can play it all. He said put me anywhere and I'm good. He said
I hear that, but I would rather have somebody that actually plays tackle more there. I think Tyler Brown, his build and just the way he plays is better served at the center or guard position. But I do think somebody more seasoned should be at the left tackle position. I do agree with that point.
Right. So let me tell you why I feel like somebody like a Tyler Brown, because Tyler Brown takes it personal. Like he cries, and you know what I'm saying? When a grown man who lifts 10,000 pounds cries in front of you, you know that guy's gonna be like, you can go to war with that guy. Because that guy he can be vulnerable. He can let himself, he lets you know that I will crush you with my thumb if you play with me, but I'm strong enough and I'm confident enough that I can be vulnerable in front of people. Grown men can cry. The fact that he cries gives me confidence that this guy is going to be a problem this year.
Hey, Harry, can I help bring you back down to earth for a second?
Somebody said cry doesn't make you talented. Tyler Brown is talented. I was getting to it, but go ahead, Tim. Stop playing with me, KMS.
I was just going to say, just because he can maybe squat
just
600 or 700 pounds, just because he can bench press 1,000 pounds 25 times and make it to the NFL. I'm just exaggerating right there, but
I know.
Just because he may be a fifth season player and seen a lot more than Jordan Seaton may not make him the best, because his backdrop may be slower than Jordan Seaton. Yes, he got all the talent in the world. Yes, he cries. Yes, he bench presses, all this. But if he's getting beat off the line of scrimmage every single time because his backdrop is slower.
You think his backdrop is slow?
I feel like I trust Coach Prime in his staff to make the right decision.
Okay.
To have Jordan Seaton over there. Obviously, there's something with technique. If not, they would have Tyler Brown there.
Okay, I can concede to that. I can see that. We trusting Coach Prime and his staff, knowing that Jordan Seaton fits best in that. That's a consolation that I can concede to. I'm fine with that. I just feel like, when it comes to real game time, and again, our defense is improved. Again, I don't know how much when it comes to the talent that's on their other side, right? And then we always have to consider the talent that's on that other side, how much energy they're coming with versus how much energy that he's been getting from our practices. So that's why I'm a little bit concerned, but I can concede to that. We can move on. It's all good.
Well, hold on one second, because let me just say this. All right.
Yeah.
So to the folks that are saying 10-2, I want you to consider this, and then I'll make my statement about the line. If you're saying they're 10-2, if Shedeur goes down, are they even 6-6? Because if they're not, then that team is not a 10-2 team. It's not. You can't have it where your QB goes down and you go from 10-2 to 5-7 or 4, and it does not work that way. And y'all know that. So at least if you have an understanding of football, that the probability, I'm not saying it can't happen, there's Cinderella things, but that's what you got to look at, probability. You don't go from 10-2 till he goes down and then all of a sudden, hey, season is over. The thing I would say is that right now, a good prediction for this line that's going to be slightly below average. Not saying it can't get there, but at the beginning of the year, you have to anticipate that it's going to be a below average line because they hadn't worked together. And a freshman at left tackle, when you have other upperclassmen on the team, is telling. So I'm not saying this to say Coach Prime can't coach or none of that. It's just saying from all the decades of football I've seen, some of the stuff you're saying is that can you validate it? I think that line is going to get good. And I love Coach Loadwell. I think that is a steal that Coach has. I just say it's going to take time to get there.
All right, that Texas Truth want to know why you bringing up the quarterback going down. Are you a secret hater, or are you just a strong butter?
God, are we playing?
Are you country craft?
Are we playing Uno or football? Good
Are
God.
we playing Uno or football? It's the question, Dak Texas Truth. Are we playing Uno? Wait, what's the reference?
The point is that this is a contact sport. Some things happen. I'm not saying that they do. I'm saying that the point off is that looking at the pieces around.
Yeah, but like next week is our game day. Let's not talk anything negative though. Let's
how
not
was that negative?
Going down is not negative, bro.
So let's just say this. Let's just say this. DC is asking how much of a drop off from Shedeur is it to stop? Just leave it at that. Because if it is a huge drop
I don't want to speak negativity not right now.
Just leave it at that.
Going down is this bad, bro. If you go down, that's it. That's
going down.
Hey, Harry, I hate to say it, but we shouldn't talk about it, but it's reality because you got a lot of players right now that's gone down in the spring in camp. So they're not going to even start the first couple of games of the season.
That's true. That's true.
No,
because we're too close to game day.
Running-backs.
We're too close to game day. I don't want to put that energy out there. Like, let's just keep it on the. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
Yeah. It's like game day is like next week. You know what I'm saying? Thursday. Going down is too strong of a word for me. It hits me a little harder because I don't want my brain to start going there. That's just it. That's all that is. Because
you sound like you got a lot of money on this game.
No, I don't. I'm not a betting man, but my whole channel is on this game, so I guess that's kind of like where it's at. So I need us to stay upright.
I want to chime in and say this, that I have to be mindful of the coaching staff and the type of coaches and the coordinators that we have. Tyler Brown played tackle, played guard, and played center, and I think on both sides at some point during the summer camp and the fall camp, preparing for the season. That's what professional teams do. They prepare. So it's not surprising that Tyler Brown has played tackle, he's played center and guard on both sides of the football. And I'm sure he's got the media attention for doing that, but I'm sure he's not the first starter to do that, to prepare one of those guys on that second list to come in case something happens. If God forbid something happens at any of the skill positions, the next man up. You know, the scheme may be a little different than they are for whichever one of the skill player there is. The scheme may be different, but those coaches are adapt. And that's one thing that I really, really like this year, along with the players, is the mindset of the coaching that we have. And you talk about the tackle position with Jordan Seaton, you have to think that he is being coached up by a professional. So, you know, there's some credence that we have to lay in there that, okay, his natural ability, his natural instincts, along with this coaching that he's receiving across the line. And so barring any major catastrophes in several positions, I think the team is pretty solid this year. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, I think we got to consider all things, right? Week number 1 is next week. Thursday, we're going to be playing football. So we're considering all things. All things considered, the coaching, the NFL experience, a buck 29 years or something like that. But yeah, I mean, I get it. I understand it. They got to put it out there on the field, though. Do y'all even want to talk about tight end? How many tight ends do y'all think Coach Prime's going to use? Is he using 2 at a time or just 1 at a time?
Hey, Harry.
You won't see 2 tight ends on the field unless it's like a 4th and 1 or like a goal line situation. Their base is going to be 1 tight end.
All right, Tim, what's up?
Oh, I was just gonna say real quick, the offense as a whole, I feel like for everybody in the chat, people just new to football, really pay attention to how the offensive line operates as a unit, because this week is gonna tell everything. They are going to get blitz and a lot of different looks early on in the game. They're going
Mm-hmm.
to blitz heavily. If you go
Mm-hmm.
back and look at between now and Thursday, if you go
Mm.
look at North Dakota State, when they play Arizona, they blitz a ton. They love to show their linebackers uh dropping back, but they're coming just because they don't have the uh the talent on the outside to keep up with Wester, Jimmy Horn, Travis. They don't have those so they blitz a lot and give you a lot of different stunts just so they could get to Shador. So that offensive line is going to be battle tested.
Yeah, I mean that blitzing thing, because they're gonna try. Everybody already knows Shador was sacked 50 some times last year, right? So that's gonna be the first test. And wait, let's get in first play predictions. I'll start with you, DC. What do you think the first play is? A bomb down the field or a run?
Bomb.
Phil,
I'm gonna go read option slant across the middle.
Ron,
Draw.
draw. All right, where does it end up if they draw?
To the left side, because they're going to put a lot of pressure on Brown and Seaton. So as they're flying by, I'd run a draw right by him.
I agree
That's
with PD.
good, Ron. That's good, Ron. I like that.
I
That's
agree
what I
with the
would
Raw
call.
Network. I'm thinking run.
I like that.
I'm thinking run, but Tim Smith.
Pass to the halfback out of the backfield.
Hey, chat. Let me get some first play predictions. I'm thinking they're gonna I like the run. I think they might run. I'll give you two, and the reasons why. I think the first thing is going to be run, because that's the one thing that everybody's been talking about. Coach Prime doesn't run the ball, so I think for that, Coach Prime is going to run the ball the first time. But what I really think they're going to do is they're going to take the blitz, because they know that North Dakota State is going to try to test them on the blitz, and they're going to fake the run, drop back, and Shador's going to throw a bomb down the field, and it's probably going to be touchdown the first play of the game.
I like that, Harry.
I'm telling you, I feel like they're gonna give them the old school okie doke and fake that run, and it's gonna be a bomb, and then the whole game is gonna be wide open, and North Dakota is gonna be playing from behind. From the
Can I ask this though?
If they score on you the first play of the game is over. But anyways, go ahead. I'm getting a little excited. Sorry.
It's all good, man. Do your thing, Harry. Get pop your ish. But no, I'll say this. I don't think the first play of the game, a play action fake, is gonna work as well, because I don't think they would have gained North Dakota State's trust enough for them to get, caught off guard with a play action. So that's the only pushback I have to that. But if we can see them establish the run, we'll see more of those play actions on, throughout the season.
Hey, Q-Dog, I did turn the commercial button on, but if they're bombarding y'all with commercials, then maybe on the next lives I won't turn that commercial button on. So that's my bad. I did turn that button on, so sorry for those commercials, guys. All right, so okay. So Tim talked about, I did ask the question, and thank you, Tim, for answering the question. DC, let me get your thoughts, your overall thoughts of the offensive line. How do you feel overall, even though we just picked on Jordan Seaton, how do you feel overall, and how do you think this line is going to hold up for the season?
For the season, like I said, I think they start off as below average, and I think that as they begin to develop, they'll have some good tests at the beginning of the year. Being Nebraska, that's going to be a hostile environment, and I think by the end of the year, if they stay healthy, I could see them being as average, maybe even slightly above average. But the key is going to be staying healthy. And notice I'm looking at that because they have to get to where they can communicate with each other, non-verbal cues, all that good stuff. If they can do that, I think they could have that. I don't see this line as being a 10-2 type line. Just being honest with you, but I do see them maybe getting into the 6 or the 7 win. I can see them being a bowl win.
All right. So, Phil, what are your overall feeling for this line?
Um, I don't want to say I'm indifferent, but I'm not sold either way on them. If you, I'm just trying to give my honest opinion. I kind of have a wait and see approach because I don't know I don't know much about most of these guys outside of Tyler Brown. Seeing him at Jackson State, obviously we've seen Hank play last year, even though Coach Sanders didn't know who Hank was. Obviously we know Jordan Seaton is a 5-star plus guy coming out of high school, but I kind of have a wait and see approach. I really want to see that first quarter of the season, those first 4 games, see how they look and go from there. But I will say, I think it's a fair statement to say this is going to be the weakest position group on the offense because your wide receivers, they look really good. Your quarterback, as you said, top 5, top 2 quarterback in college football. I don't think Charlie Alfredal should be your starter. Okay, top 1. I don't think Charlie Alfredal should be starting at running back, but I think you're going to have some good running backs. I personally think Welch should get a little bit more run than Charlie, but I have a wait and see approach with the offensive line.
All right, hey Ron, what are your overall thoughts about the offense?
I think it's going to
offensive line, not the offense. The offensive line.
The offensive line, I think it's tremendously upgraded.
And let me throw this in there from KMS 929 from KMS. And throw this in there also. Do you think the attitude, the renewed attitude, how much of that is going to play into them being good or bad?
Oh, that is tremendous. That is a great point because playing defense and offensive line, I mean, I don't know what percentage to give it, but it's an awful lot. That attitude plays a really big point. When you have not a dirty player, but a nasty player. Someone that's gritty, and as you're falling down, they fall on top of you and they try to put all their weight on you. Is that illegal? No, it's not. That's gritty and nasty. So I think we have this year around. I don't think our offensive line is going to be pushed around like it was last year. I think if someone, punches one of our players in the mouth, I don't think they're going to turn their head and fall back on their heels. I think they're going to come out swinging the next play. Not physically swinging, but as far as effort. So I think there's a tremendous upgrade compared to the effort of the individuals preseason. Now I'm comparing preseason last year to preseason this year. It's like night and day. I'm telling you, it's a different beast out there. And I disagree with being below average.
John Doe, please no personal attacks. You can say Colorado sucks. I don't like this team all day, but I don't want to hear nothing about being no weirdo female stuff. I don't want to hear no personal attacks, bro. We don't do that around here. So please just keep it everything football. As long as anybody say Colorado sucks and all of that stuff, look, as long as you keep it football, I'm all for that. You know what I'm saying? Because we are here to have a conversation. I don't want it to be an echo chamber of Colorado fans only. And I'm respectfully asking everybody that's going to be in the chat that doesn't like Colorado, don't be disrespectful to anybody that is a Colorado fan or that has a difference of opinion. All I'm asking is everybody just be respectful and keep it football. That way we can have a good conversation. And I'm asking the Colorado fans not to take stuff personal when somebody says, I don't like Colorado, because that's just, everybody don't have to like Colorado. We're going to be in here and we're going to have conversations, and then we get to prove you wrong, and then maybe we make you a convert. If you take it personal and you start, telling people that they're weirdos and stuff, this is your first warning. I might have to block you. Don't do it again, please, if you can. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that, please. Thank you. No personal attacks. Keep it football. I'm all good. All right, guys. So we got Ron Tate on board. We got Phil and DC on. All right, now, you said Charlie Alfredal is not your favorite quarterback. I mean, your favorite running back. But who starts at running back for y'all? Let's take Phil first.
I would go Hayden.
You go Hayden. Why are you going Hayden?
I just think he's more versatile than Charlie Armstrong. I think if you didn't have some of the options behind Charlie, then sure, Charlie is a guy. He's gonna work really hard. He's not gonna wear long sleeves when it's cold outside. That's great. But I just don't. I just think there are other guys with better skill sets that fit the offense than Charlie.
How you figure? We're trusting.
I just don't think he's as good.
Coach Prime. We go from trusting Coach Prime to he's not a good fit. So does that mean that you're questioning Coach Prime's judgment?
No, because again, this is not the official depth chart. But what I'm saying is, I don't think Charlie Offerdahl is the best running back on the team for the team. Therefore, I don't think he should start. I'm not saying he shouldn't be on the team. I just think there are other people better than him, and I would rather see those people start for Colorado than him.
Okay, so they got Charlie starting, Hayden second, Gustav third, and Michael Welch is falling to the fourth. And Brandon Hood is falling to number 5.
Give me Welch all day. I actually take Welch over Hayden. But...
So let's rearrange this because I would say Charlie number 2. I like Charlie. I'll say Charlie number 2. Welch number 1. I'm taking Welch number 1. Gustav maybe stays at number 2. I don't know, man. This is weird. We got running backs now, so it's like oh shoot, we had
good running backs last year though.
We got but keep in mind we ain't talking about them running. Do we think they're going to run the ball or not? I don't know. Right?
No, I don't think they're going to. I get what people are saying. I don't think they're going to run it like that. I think that they're going to be pass happy. We've seen the articles where Shedeur is angry now because he wasn't preseason All-American. This ain't shade. It's just saying.
Wait. Time out. Don't just throw that in there and run away from it.
I'm not.
What article said?
I totally disagree with you, DC.
Yeah. Wait.
100%.
Angry?
You saw the thing where that it said that that Shedeur was angry for not or motivated for not being preseason.
Okay. There you go. Change it because I heard Shedeur said it gave him more motivation. I never heard him say it pissed him off or made him angry.
I did see one that said that, but I'm
okay. I just heard him say that. I heard him say that he was motivated by that, and his thing is to prove him wrong. He don't get upset and get shook by that. He just proves him wrong with his actions.
I've never seen that kid shook by somebody telling him that he wasn't good enough, because at the end of the day, they said the same thing with Jackson State. Them coming over, him and Travis Hunter was gonna suck. They're not good for. And I kept saying, like, guys, you're not paying attention. Y'all thinking these dudes are some scrubs because it started off FCS, and then boom, bada boom, like 3,200 yards later. Oh shoot, he can play.
Yeah.
Travis Hunter, best player. He's on the cover of college football, like, and then people start sleeping on him. First of all, if you took it here, DC.
I did.
Do you agree with him not being on the cover? I mean, not being on the cover, but not being on the list at all.
I agree with that. You don't put. Listen, folks.
Not being on the list at all.
Listen to what I'm saying to you.
It's only 2 deep though, Harry.
Shedeur is a great quarterback. Y'all never heard me say
just
2 people deep.
The AP All-American list is you have a first team and a second team. It's not like these are going to be the top 5 people in each position. That's not the case for the
who are the 2 people that
All-American.
Who are the 2 people that chose?
It was Quinn Ewers and Dylan Gabriel.
I believe that was it.
Ewers and Gabriel over Shedeur?
Yes.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay, DC, go ahead. Tell me why you agree with that, and then I'll go down the line.
Here's the point. It isn't that I don't believe Shedeur is a phenomenal quarterback. I've always said I do. But the bottom line, folks, you got to look at it. Like you quoted the stats from last year of what Shedeur said. But again, in people's brain and these sports writers and stuff, 4-8 is 4-8. And there is a Deion tax where they bump him up a little bit. But when you start looking at it, they don't believe he's on a team that's going to put him in a contention for an All-American. I mean, everybody has them around 11th. not maybe like 35th, 40th in the nation. And it's not saying they won't finish that, by all means, don't take that personal. It's just to a point where that generally is how it is. It's not saying that Shedeur is not a great quarterback. It's just saying they believe that these two quarterbacks are on better teams that will give them a better opportunity to be able to win that, to be able to be successful.
Well, what does that say about Travis Hunter being considered one of the best players in football? He's going to be on a scrub team. Is that going to affect his ranking?
I can answer that one easily.
That's a good question. That's a good point.
I can answer that one easily because let's just call it for what it is. Travis is one of the best players in college football.
Well, listen, you can't have it both ways. You can't say that your record is going to. Hold it.
Are you gonna let me speak or y'all gonna bark at the door?
I want to listen. I just put my grease out and I'm warming up my pan right now. No, let me. I need to deal with this right now. You can't have it both ways. You said that you did not look. I don't want you to finish now. You said that Shedeur's ability was judged according to the team. However, you said Travis' ability is not judged according to the team.
Right.
So, okay, I'm done with that. I understand where you're coming from. I'm done with it.
Okay.
So can I say this to you, DC?
Hook this easily. There's no way you can't change the criteria when it comes to and then you run for bringing that hypocrisy up. Like, come on, like you just use different criteria to get the same thing.
Can I make 2 points just to support DC just for a second? I don't really care either way, but can I just
go ahead? He needs the support, man, because he's about to get cooked.
So two things. When it comes to the quarterback position has a greater impact on. Let me rephrase that. The team's record reflects more on a quarterback than it does a person that's playing cornerback and playing wide receiver. 2, I think the reason why you saw Travis on there is because he is one of one, and you don't see very many two-way players in college football. He is the best two-way player in college football. Therefore, he was the number one all-purpose player for the preseason All-American. It makes sense for Travis to be on there.
Could I ask a question? What was USC's record last year?
They went to a bowl game, so they at least won 6 games.
They at least won 6 games.
7-5, I guess.
Yeah, I think it was 7-5.
They were 7-5, and their quarterback was picked what?
Number 1.
Okay, they were picked. Listen, that's hogwash. NFL scouts and NFL
but we're not
teams.
talking about NFL. We're talking about the AP All-American. They're two different things, though. Two different things. An NFL GM looking at somebody is going to be different than a writer trying to put together a preseason All-American.
Well, then a writer that's biased against a certain coach and a name. That's and all that is.
The Deion tax is heavy. But hold on. Let's get DC back on the record. Let me see the debacle that he's about to make. Let me hear you, DC. Make something up, please.
Well, I'll finish my statement. What I'm saying is, Phil is right. Because Shedeur because Travis plays both sides of the ball, which you normally don't see, and he has done well in both sides of the ball. That's going to give him an edge. That does give him an edge because nobody. Now, do I think there are other players out there that can do what Travis does on both sides of the ball? Yes, I do. I don't think they'll do it as well, but I do think it's other players that could play both. The problem,
push back, DC. You're not making your case.
There are two guys on. There are two other guys on Colorado that play both ways.
Well, hold on. Forget about the gray jacket. Forget about the gray uniform for a second. Let me press you on your criteria.
What I'm trying to tell you is this: you're looking at this from a standard, like a binary thing. It's 1 and 0. It's either yes or no. That's the way you're looking at it. It should be the same for one position and not the other. But that is not the way football has historically worked and how those writers vote. I'm not telling you DC's opinion of DC. I'm telling you this is how those people look when they vote at it. He's doing something that nobody else is doing or even allowed to do these days. That's why Travis gets the the spotlight. But at the beginning of the show, remember what we said as far as him receiving is that the pros are looking at him more as a receiver, not necessarily as a DB, because it's doubtful he's going to do both of those in the NFL. He might do some, but he's probably not going to do both sides of the ball like he's doing that in the pros. That's physically going to exhaust you. So that's what I'm saying is that I'm not telling you a hard and fast rule for one position. It's different than another.
Okay, but this is what I'm saying though. Based on your first criteria, right?
Mm-hmm.
As far as the team is associated with why Shedeur is not going to, what doesn't belong on that list, right? I believe that Shedeur is one of the best players in college football at the quarterback position. If he is one of the best players in college football at the quarterback position, then I believe the two guys that are ahead of him are not better than him, because he will be way better on their team than they would be on his team. That's my argument.
But that's subjective. That's subjective.
I understand.
Know that.
I'm telling you, based. Okay, if we were to take the numbers and go number for number, and their O-line and what they were able to produce on their O-line versus what Shedeur was able to do, you can look at the numbers and you can say, even though it's subjective, you can say, with a little bit of football knowledge, you can say, yeah, this guy looks like if he had protection, maybe 1.5 more seconds, he would probably put up bigger numbers. So, I mean, yes, it's subjective, but it makes sense football-wise, because he was hurt. He got hurt being sacked 56 times during the season. How many times were these guys sacked, and how was their O-line? If we put Shedeur in their place, how will he perform? I believe he'll be better. He's more
right,
accurate
but then
than him.
but then you start doing that. You could take the QB. Let's take a team out of nowhere. You could say the quarterback at UTEP, had he been put on Georgia's team, he would have been just like Carson Beck. Do you see how subjective that is?
But that's not a Shedeur. I'm talking about his skill set. I'm talking about his mentality. I'm talking about his accuracy, being able to thread the ball through a needle. I'm talking about his specific skill set that is not Shedeur. That quarterback from UTEP is not a Shedeur. So it's not, yes, it's subjective, but you're trying to minimize it to the point where you think you can just take any trash quarterback, put him behind a good line, and he'll perform. No, I'm talking about the fact that we have a Shedeur, the Shedeur. I know the Deion tax make y'all look at him differently, but he's freaking Shedeur Sanders, my guy. The dude he's phenomenal quarterback. Like, I'm telling you, don't let the Deion tax. It's hard to separate. I get it, but Shedeur Sanders is a phenomenal quarterback, and I can't say that enough. It's hard, man. Thursday cannot come.
I'm saying he was a phenomenal quarterback as well. So if we're saying the same thing, you just don't like where it's being played. But again, don't hate the player, hate the game, Harry. It is what it is.
Wait. Who's UTEP's quarterback?
No, what I'm saying, I'm using that as
No. You can't get away with nothing on this channel. Who's UTEP's quarterback?
I don't know, and that's why I said it was theoretical.
Oh, okay. So what you just did
man.
So when you just took any trash quarterback and said that you can literally take any trash quarterback, put him behind Georgia, and he'll perform the same as Shedeur. You don't know how disrespectful that is?
No, what I said was
it's disrespectful to this phenomenal quarterback.
I use that as an example because if you want to go into fantasy land, so can I. You talking about theoretical.
But it's not fantasy. Shedeur is really like that.
Shedeur plays for Colorado. He don't play for Georgia or Oregon.
No. I'm making an argument for his skill set. I'm saying
that
his skill set behind a better line, he might. Huh?
He might produce better numbers. I agree. But you can't make that as a.
So how you gonna throw in there some trash quarterback that you don't even know and say he would do better? Like that's not what we're talking about here.
Well, because you wanted to go to Elmo make believe land, so I went there too.
It's not make believe. Shedeur is like that. What am I missing? Am I missing something? Yeah. It's not make believe that Shedeur is like that.
What I'm saying
I think the trouble you're having is you don't believe that Shedeur is really like that. I think that's the trouble that you're having.
I said he's
You
phenomenal.
think it's
What I said,
Elmo make believe, man? Make your own teddy bear, right? At
because
the mall,
no,
right?
be,
This is not Christmas season. It's
I
football
said
season.
I said that it's because once you take him off the team, you're now basically trying to establish a parameter that backs up what you believe. Versus, I was just sitting here saying something from a fictional standpoint. Let's say you had a phenomenal quarterback at UTEP and you put him on Georgia. I absolutely agree that if you put Shedeur on Georgia, he probably would have very similar numbers and do well. But I can't sit here and say for a fact, oh, he would just be dominated. Coach Shedeur Sanders chose to play at Colorado University for his father. That's the facts. This is what it is.
But can we leave that? Are you able to separate in your brain, right? Are you able to separate?
Yes.
Right, because you're a military man. Try doing this. Are you able to separate the fact that are you able to separate the Deion tax from how much of a good quarterback Shedeur is? If his name was not Sanders, are you able to separate and understand that his skill set is just a generational skill set?
Generational?
Yes.
No, I can't say that. He's good.
That's what
He's
I'm saying.
great.
And that's
great,
the
but not
problem.
generational.
You're
Nope.
not seeing the generational skill set in him. And
no,
he
he's
is.
He's a phenomenal quarterback, but it's
phenomenal means generational.
No, it doesn't.
Phenomenal. Forget about that. He is phenomenal and he's generational.
Caleb Williams is a phenomenal quarterback. Tua is a phenomenal quarterback. Jalen Hurts is a phenomenal quarterback. You see how that goes? But they ain't generational. Tom Brady is a generational on the NFL, but he wasn't in college. Shedeur is a phenomenal quarterback.
Can you be generational? Okay, he wasn't in college, right? But does that mean he was generational the entire time? But Tim
Tebow was a generational college quarterback.
That is true. That is true. It did not translate.
It didn't translate to the what's the name, right? Okay, hold on. So has Shedeur always had the best offensive line in college?
Well,
he did at Jackson State.
He did at Jackson State.
How did he do at Jackson State?
He won a bunch of games and then
went undefeated, right? He was undefeated the whole time.
Yes, he played he did a great job at Jackson State.
Okay, all right. I'll take back the generational thing because I think he's flat-footed. So I'll give you. I'll give you that.
So Harry, let me ask you a question. Then can I ask you a question?
I like Michael Vickers generational. I thought about the flat-footedness and I was like, dang, that boy can't run to save his life. But okay, all right. So I take back the generational thing. I'm gonna save it for the NFL. All right, because I think he's gonna eclipse Tom Brady. So let's just put that on the record. So I'll save the generational thing for later when he has a better line in the NFL. But he's phenomenal for college. All right, he's phenomenal for college football, and when you are this good at the college level, and you're on an elite team, your numbers can only go up. Anyways, let's. You wanted to say something, Phil, before we move on?
No, I was just going to ask. So let's just say they had instead of going 2 deep for All-Americans, it went 3 deep. If he was number 3, would that at the least kind of be like, all right, cool, he gets some respect?
No, he's number 2.
Okay, cool. If that's your argument.
There's no Dalen Gabriel and whoever else.
That's fine.
If
you were, that's fine.
Yeah,
that's all. That's all.
Those dudes are not like that. Shedeur is better than both of them. That's how I see it. Shedeur is better than both of them.
Okay.
And on Thursday we're gonna see it.
Hey, Harry. I have a point I want to make regarding the question that you had earlier.
Yeah.
Regarding the running back position.
Yep, sir. Go ahead.
Now think of this. Charlie Offerdahl is an emotional.
Does he cry?
No. I'm talking about his ability and his fit on the team. Mm-hmm. He is part of the emotional pulse of that team. Is he the best running back on the team? No, I don't think so. Has he earned that start against North Dakota State? Yes, he has. Mid-season, by the end of the year, maybe, even at Nebraska, is he going to be the starting running back? Maybe he is. Maybe the other running backs get more touches, but he's earned that starting position against North Dakota State. And I think everyone on that team is rooting for him to do well in that game.
I don't give a darn about Charlie. I'm gonna just be honest. I don't give
Well,
a
that's
darn
the
about
difference
him.
between
I
you
think
and
he's
the
racist.
coach.
I think
that.
Phil, are you
No.
racist?
No, I'm not.
Okay, good.
I don't think he's the best running back on the team.
He's not.
I
He's
understand.
not the best.
I understand your point about earning it. I'll give you that. But if Charlie Offerdahl is still your starting running back going into the second quarter of the season, then maybe you just didn't do a good job of recruiting
Now you
or
went
scouting,
from you went from the North Dakota State to the second quarter of the season. Now that's two different things.
Okay,
two different things.
And listen to what I'm trying to say though. Yes, he earned the position. Yes, he earned the chance to start, right? But my point is, I don't think he's the better running back. If the other running backs that I think are better have not shown themselves to be better, then I
Then you
feel
have a
as though
problem.
the scouting wasn't what it should have been, and Charlie Offerdahl should have been at the very least a 3 or 4 star coming out of high school. So something's got to be off if Charlie's
Wait, he
still
can't
starting.
grow. Wait, what happened to growth?
Man, Charlie is going to make a wonderful branch manager at Enterprise Rent a Car after he graduates. He is not. He ain't it, man.
Charlie is one of the
You're wrong.
He's one of the smartest
Hey, you
guys
are
on
so
the team.
you are wrong, man.
Man, whatever.
That is
Whatever.
terrible.
No. Harry wanted this energy. Harry wanted this energy. He was like, no, let's have a conversation like we're not on the stream.
No, Harry, let me interject this real quick.
Charlie, first of all, hold on. We got to say this. Charlie is one of the smartest dudes on the team. He's studying biochemistry or some crap like that.
Yeah, he
ain't gonna be no branch manager for no used car.
No, he's not. He's gonna be a CEO somewhere working for NASA or something.
I'm serious.
Hey, listen, but this is my thing. You're playing North Dakota State. It's the first game of the season. Why not start him?
You're right. I don't.
Why not?
Argue against
I can answer that question. You know why you can't start him? I'm just saying, if you don't think he's your best and you start him for some sentimental reasons or whatever, his mom was in the locker room crying because you gave him a scholarship. If you want to do all of that, listen. If you lose the North Dakota game, the implications are way too high. You gotta put out your best. Like you gotta bring all your NFL players in, and you gotta dress Deion Sanders himself up to try to make sure you win this game. This ain't no play. It's lowly North Dakota, so let's just coast.
No,
we're not coasting on this game.
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I said he earned that position. He earned it.
Okay, if he earned it, then it shouldn't matter. Then why are you bringing up North Dakota then? It shouldn't matter.
Because that's a difference between North Dakota and who's the second team? Nebraska.
It is a big difference.
There's a big difference there. So, and if I do start Charlie, that first or second player or third player of the game, do I pull him out and put Wester in, or do I put Hayden in, or do I run a different scheme? It's you have to take those things into consideration because it's a long season. It's a long season, and you have a better chance of winning with Charlie Offerdahl starting against North Dakota State than Charlie Offerdahl starting against Utah.
Wait, is it because that North Dakota State is mostly white guys?
No, I'm talking about this purely talent level.
Are you racist?
I don't know.
Hey, listen.
I don't know. Might be. I don't think so.
I don't know. You got to talk about that white guy in the NFL named McCaffrey, man.
He different though. That boy different.
So
I ain't gonna lie.
That's what I'm saying.
I go to a white church. I can't be racist. My pastor is white, so I can't be racist.
You can't. You ain't got no white people in your family nowhere. Stop that.
No, I go to a white church though.
He said pastor.
My pastor.
Okay.
My pastor.
I thought he said brother.
The lightest person in my family is as light as my ear.
Y'all turn the lights off. Y'all gonna get hit.
But I just want to stick to that point that there's a lot of nuances that go into coaching that you have to take in consideration realistically.
Hey,
I mean,
Hey, Ron, can I ask a quick
that's what I'm
question?
saying. Him starting against North Dakota State is perfectly fine.
But listen,
I'm
bro,
gonna
you're
ask
saying
Ron a
something
quick
that you're
question. I'm
not
about to
saying.
jump off real quick.
Okay, go ahead,
I-
Phil.
Yeah, so here's the thing. I understand the point you're making, and I don't necessarily disagree with it. But my question I want to ask you is: do you think that could you see how that could be a disservice to Charlie to go through all that work during the offseason and just keep fighting and believing, and then all of a sudden we let you start for sentimental values, but we know you're really not going to be the starter? Like, you see how that can kind of cause some conflict a little bit at least?
What kind of conflict are you talking about?
Because if you start him for sentimental reasons, but you know you're really not trying to keep him out there, he gonna have his hopes up. He going out there busting his butt even harder because he thinks he's gonna be the starter. But you already know, oh, we gonna let him get a couple of runs in real quick, and then we gonna bring in somebody else. It's almost like, all jokes aside, it's almost like when, like, the Make-A-Wish kid get to play a football game and like they let him shoot they let him run the
No.
ball and let him shoot the three. Like, I just don't
Look, he is not a Rudy, bro. Come on, he is
disrespectful.
not Rudy.
It's nothing like that. And you know, when you're a player out there, you got eyeballs. You see, you understand.
Hey, Phil,
You
you went
understand.
all the way
You
to
know
the
where you are.
Make-A-Wish.
If you're a receiver, you understand where you are. There's nobody gonna complain about Travis Hunter starting. You know, no matter how hard I work as a wide receiver, I'm not gonna complain about him starting. Or if I'm a cornerback, I might complain about someone. I'm not gonna complain. I see what he can do, and you know, as an athlete, you understand that. But for this first game against North Dakota State, Charlie Offerdahl, I mean, there are other players that could start. Charlie Offerdahl I have no problem with him starting this first game because he's earned it.
But you can't say that guys know who really like that, and then you're gonna have somebody behind Charlie knowing that they are that dude, but we're gonna let Charlie get it because, oh, he earned his scholarship. Yay, he got a 4.0. Like, come on, man.
Hey, take a look at the Alabama games, man. Go back and hit. Saban did that throughout his entire career.
Can you give me one example?
That starting running back may not, even though he may start the first series or second series or whatever, he may not finish the game third and fourth quarter. He may not. You know,
I mean,
Saban did that
Bama has a
all
rotation.
Yeah,
They have
I
a
don't think
rotation,
Charlie
and
started.
whoever starts at Bama, they're going to start, but they have a rotation. And then in the third and fourth quarter, they go with whoever is hot. But it's not a situation where they just, oh, we're gonna let this person go out there and get 3 carries, and then we're never gonna see them again. That's not how that works.
No, that's not the point that I was making at all. Not at all.
Derrick Henry didn't play until bowl game because he was a true sophomore. And then the following year, I'm answering Obi's point. Then Derrick Henry won the Heisman Trophy his third year when he was a junior at Bama. So I'm not getting your point because he wasn't a starter to begin with. You had T.J. Yeldon, and oh my God, there was one more guy that was in front of him. So I think that's a bad example to talk about Derrick Henry. But go ahead.
Listen, I don't think Charlie's going to start. That's just the feeling that's around the team. I don't think he's starting. But we got to talk about the linebackers real quick. I think this list is old. I don't know if whoever makes this list is paying attention to the daily news or the daily stuff, the everyday things, because Trevor Woods and Bentley are not the starters.
Hey, listen, I'm about to hop out. Listen, y'all have a wonderful rest of the show. Hope y'all enjoy watching college football tomorrow. Y'all have a wonderful weekend.
All right, man. Enjoy the game. Thanks for coming on.
Sir.
Hey, so yeah, Trevor Woods and Levante Bentley. Now it's actually Jeremiah Brown and my guy Nikhai Green. Nikhai Green from I guess you can say Charlotte, from Michigan and Charlotte. That guy, I mean, I predicted that he was going to be the guy when I heard him talk. I mean, you know, it's just a lot that he brings to the table, and I've already seen Levante Bentley, and I've seen Trevor Woods. Trevor Woods is not a true linebacker. He did gain some weight. All right, I think it was 10 pounds or 15 pounds. I don't know what he said, either 10 or 12 or something like that. All right, so commercials kicking my head over here. I'm sorry about the commercials, guys. I'm sorry. I gotta eat. Next time I'm not gonna turn the commercials on. YouTube said that we're gonna be, they were gonna be fair on the commercials. I didn't know they were just gonna be bombarding people with commercials. But anyway,
Hey Harry, this is Ron. I'm gonna have to step off.
okay.
You guys take care, and I'll talk to you again soon.
All right, Ron. Thanks for coming on, man. The show's about to end anyway. We're over our time. We're 2 minutes over. So DC is me and you for the last couple of segments.
Great, I get to hate all by myself.
You get to hate all by yourself. Well, you get to hate with me. I got pushback if you hate. I'm gonna. I got pushback if you hate. Let's finish on a high note.
Okay.
All right. So the coach who's the linebacker? Is it Coach Hart?
Yes.
Okay, so Coach Hart, he be saying these weird things like keeping him up at night and stuff like that, but he's like, yo, so the people that are keeping him up at night right now is going to be Nikhai Green, and it's going to be Jeremiah Brown, who's been kind of sleeping. He's been kind of on a sleeper for a while now, but now he's actually coming to himself. What are your thoughts on that?
Sometimes that's coach speak. Keeping them up. I don't. I mean, at this point, if you recruited a kid, you should already have an idea what they do, and that you have seen them in the weight room, you've seen them, and just all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, again, it's just, a lot of that stuff is just coach speech. I really want to see what he does on the field, and I'm still trying to figure out what happened to the chainsaw. Is it out of gas?
Hey man, but the whole idea of the chainsaw is supposed to listen. Didn't he come late?
I don't know, but and all jokes aside, I think it'll be fine. I always look for let's say they found a diamond in the rough. HBCU kids. Though I of course love for them to stay HBCU, going and still doing things and putting themselves in a better position on spotlight to get maybe make it to the next level. That's a great thing. But I think, but Harry, I'm gonna tell you, this is probably one of them rooms that I'm concerned about. Is that linebacker room?
Dude, from the first day of preseason talks that we've been having, the linebackers, even when Wild Dog was around, and if anybody knows Wild Dog out there, I'm praying that he's okay. I haven't heard from him. I try to email him. He's been MIA, but I hope everything is well with Wild Dog. But yeah, we've been talking about this whole linebackers room from day one. And I don't know that we made any significant changes. Nikhai Green came in late. I believe he came in after the spring game. So he was that addition that we were hoping that he was gonna translate. So now it's like, okay. Remember they said something about the edges, the edge and the linebackers were going to be in the same room and guys were going to be mixed in. So right. I don't know how the edge are going to help the linebackers, but this has always been a concern for us here at TLP Sports Club, the linebackers room. Now, I know other creators, they may be big up on the linebackers and they think everything is going to be good, but our biggest thing, and these guys have played already, our biggest thing was stopping that run. And if we got these same guys, I'm going to be nervous. Not on Thursday, but when Nebraska and then the more heavy hitters come to town or we go to them, yeah, I'm going to be a little nervous with that run. Because, bruh, 7 minutes is a lot for one team to have the ball and we can't stop them. And I'm talking about Arizona for those of you who don't know. Freaking 6 minutes and 42 seconds. Those dudes took the ball in the fourth quarter and then kicked the field goal and won the game.
So can I just point that out? People like to use, well, we only lost by 3-4 points, maybe 5 or 6 games.
Mm-hmm.
If I can take up almost half the freaking quarter with the ball, I don't have to beat you with points. I beat you with the clock. And that's what I think people are not realizing, that they're saying, oh, Shedeur, you had no choice but to go down the field. Because if you didn't have Shedeur, that would have been a 2-10 season. Let's just call it for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But because you had Shedeur, again, I'm going to give him his props again. That's a game changer. I would want that dude on any team. I would want him at Bama. I'm going to be honest with you. He's that good. You would put that dude at like a Bama or even an Auburn, he would kill it. I just didn't think he had the supporting pieces, and hopefully Dad got the supporting pieces, Dad / Coach Prime. But the thing is that that linebacker room, you have this. I know we got Coach Livingston, but folks, my 10 and 2 people specifically, when have you ever seen a brand new coach to even a to college game, as well as to a DC, ever go 10 and 2? That is unheard of in my entire life of football. But you also have the same linebacker coach. Okay, you got to consider that how much can you realistically expect them as far as the level of improvement? I think they'll be better because they got better players. But again, if you were in the Pac 12, I'd probably say, okay, but you going to a primarily run-heavy offense. Green came from Ohio State, right?
BJ Green? No.
No.
Nikhil Green?
Right.
Nikhil Green came from Charlotte.
Okay.
He played at Michigan, went down to Charlotte, and then he came to Charlotte.
That's right. Coming out the Big Ten, they're used to the running. Not coming out the Big Ten, they're not used to people that can run the ball down your throat. Pause.
But he got experience. He's like one of those veterans. Like he's an NFL ready type guy that people know. Like he's like that. Like he's really like that. That's why his name came up late. And I don't know if he talked to the team, the well-off team, and said, "Don't put me on tape. I want to be a secret weapon." I don't know if they did that, but we didn't hear his name when he got there. Just like we did as soon as BJ Green came up on the scene. BJ Green was he was boisterous. He was out there. We knew right away this is a problem. Nikhil Green has been in the shadows for a minute, and then at the right before the season starts, we start hearing his name. I'm like, I knew it. I knew that was coming. So he's starting. You put Nikhil Green out there. We started, but let's answer Peter Investor's question. What position in the defense best stop the run, the defensive line or the linebacker?
The line plugs up the running holes. So I would probably have to say that you still got to have.
After the linebackers,
you got to have they have to work together. The line has to work in conjunction with the linebackers. I would say giving the edge to the linebackers because generally, if you look back at like some of your defensive tackles and stuff like that, they don't have a lot of they don't have a lot of tackles, whereas the linebackers do. May have 30 or 40 X, Y, Z. So I would definitely say your linebackers are going to be your run stoppers because of the fact they also can help you out and play as a line of defense in that passing game. No, they're not stopping the deep passes, but they have that mid-range of the field. And they got to be able to, your linebackers should be able to control, at least be able to stop the run. So let's just go with the linebackers. I would say so.
Yeah, to better stop the run, I would say the linebackers, but they both have to work in conjunction.
Yes.
If the line is just letting everybody through, you know what I'm saying? Then it's like, then it tires out the linebackers, right? Because then they have to go chasing too much. You feel me? So it's like, if they can fill those gaps, then the linebackers would be sitting back there making doing their job and kind of plucking guys off, right? So that's
especially if you have a team that runs RPOs and you understand those here, where it's like they're looking to see where that backer is.
Right. Exactly.
And that's going to determine what they do with it. So especially in that game, you absolutely right, Harry.
Yeah, and when we ran the RPO, oh Lord. Last year, Shador, I got PTSD from last year, bro. Shador hanging on to the ball with the running back, just in case. I was like, oh, this is not how RPO is supposed to work. Like, I said, what is going on right now? Why is he still the running back is already 2 yards ahead with the ball, and Shador is still hanging on with him. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is really bad stuff.
But you're right.
Oh my gosh. I was like, I started crying. I was like, get rid of RPO. Please go back to traditional college football, traditional NFL football, please. Where the guys know where the ball's going and where, man, like RPO was a nightmare for us. Oh man, but if you get one of those teams, like to your point, if you get one of those teams that that run the RPO well, and they, you know what I'm saying, and they're in sync, and they've been using RPO for a minute. Like it could be a nightmare for those linebackers.
That's why when you hear me say UCF, because they got people that can run the ball, but then we say, well, KJ Jefferson can't pass as well. Look, he's still a threat. And that's what makes the RPO effective. Is somebody being up there where they're going to pull the ball and drop it right over the linebacker's head. You're not asking them to go all the way down the field and go toe-to-toe with Travis. But you are saying, hey, if them linebackers cheat up too quick, just a second, boom. You got you a 6-8 yard play.
Yeah, man. So the way I look at it, man, look, I feel like I'm glad that a lot of our guys are seniors, because I think our first crew is going to be in the game for a lot. I don't know that Coach Prime is going to be making a lot of changes, because those guys, once they start rocking, I think our first crew, a lot of guys are going to be like, dang, I gotta find me another team that I can play on, because you're not gonna. A lot of these 2 to 3 guys are not going to see that field. Because once we start winning, you ever notice, like, when we start winning or making stuff work, the other guys are like, they start holding their jerseys like this, walking around looking dejected. Oh man, that's when I start feeling bad, because I'm always for the underdog. I'll be like, dang, some of these guys are not getting in. I can see the transfer portal. Mid-season, you're gonna see that transfer portal start rocking. You'll be like, dang, I know who's about to leave. I know this guy about to leave. Let's look at the defense a little bit before we get up out of here. We're about to get up out of here, guys. It's been a fun show, man. I enjoyed the show today. All right, so DC, let's close out with the defense a little bit. Now, the defensive ends are like what our edge rushers, right?
Yes.
All right. So I don't think there's any argument with BJ Green being our first guy. Okolona maybe number 2. I really haven't heard much about Wiggins. I ain't heard much about him. And then we got Arden Walker as the edge, the number 4 guy. How do you look at this list, or what do you think about this list?
I think that list is fine. I think that your line is probably going to be the thing that keeps you at the beginning of the season. Absolutely, that keeps you should be. Let me make sure I'm saying it should be keeps you always in the game where they don't let somebody. Because I mean, here you talked about that, like getting up 2 scores or stuff like that. Then it becomes, depending on the team. Mm-hmm. It all depends. So I think that line will definitely keep the games close, and that's what you want them to do. Like for example, the thing is, they say that you're pretty much dependent on them to make maybe 2 or 3 great plays out the game. You're not depending upon them to go out and just every play just be dominating, because they're really just getting in the gaps or closing things. But that's what I would say, that you did. I think that's probably in your defense. Believe it or not, even with the awesome DBs you have, that's the bright spot of Colorado. That line, the defense, the ends, the edge rushers, as well as the line.
I like, I definitely like. I like BJ Green. BJ Green. I mean, that guy going to be a problem, man. At the nose tackle, I definitely like Chittle. Chittle is going to make BJ Green's job so much easier. He's going to make a lot of that whole defensive line's job so much easier. That guy he's an animal, man. He's going to be a different kind of guy at that nose tackle. And I don't know that people are going to be ready for him or going to know how to even. That Nigerian is, I don't know if he eats like pounded yam or he eats the actual, like, he eats it out of the ground or he cooks it. But that dude is a different animal. He's a short, stocky dude, but man, he probably eats a lot of, he probably get his pounded yam imported from Nigeria, because I don't know, but I like him at the nose tackle. I I don't know if you know anything about the Bureau and the McNeil and all these guys, but Shane Coates has been around for a while.
Yeah,
Right?
right. I'm still stuck on pounding yams, but continue.
Wait. How you thinking pounded yam?
I already know where you was going. I was like, oh, he means eating. Yeah,
Food,
got
dude, man. Pounded, yeah. Nigerians eat pounded yam, okay? Oh my gosh. I'm not even gonna use pause on that one, okay? Pounded yam is a real thing, okay? Why do I do this? This is not right. Oh boy.
Yeah, I would play better too.
No,
but continue.
nah, y'all cannot pause pounded yams. Like, come on, guys. While we're on this, I think I forgot. I think it was one of the OGs in hip hop. He explained to us what this whole pause thing did. He said pause actually made us more aware of LGBT gay stuff. He said pause really hurt us. It didn't help us. Because when you say pause, it makes you think about the stuff being gay. So it's like, what's the point?
What you trying to say? It's like, pause. Oh man, was he ramming that dude or something?
That's what I'm. He said pause actually made you think about the thing that you didn't want to think about. So we made, like, it had to be somebody in that community that said, oh, let them say pause, because every time you say pause, you got to think about that. So it ain't helping us, okay? Anyways, oh boy. Which one? Yeah. Pounded plenties.
All right, now Peter, that's definitely a pause right there. Definitely. I mess with you. That's pause to the pause. That's pause cube right there, boy.
So this is how we're going to end the show, huh? This is how we ending this show, okay? We had a good time, and we're ending on pounded yams. Oh, my God.
Okanulu. Yeah.
Oh gosh. Okay. All right. We don't. Okay. So this defense. Yeah, I don't. The only thing I would change on this defense is looking like the linebackers room. The linebackers, we're probably going to switch that around. Safeties. Nothing to see here on the safeties. The cornerbacks, nothing to see here. All right, so we good. I think we took care of it.
Right. I don't think it's special teams. I've been seeing Mata. Hopefully he will go to the NFL and stop going to KFC. And then the punter should. I'm messing with you. Mata should be good for you. Hopefully got a longer distance kicker. And then your punter is good. And then I would say with Wester, I think that gives you a return game. So that's some points that you can get on the board. They got to, if they start stealing, because that's what even heard Coach Prime say about that. It's like, he didn't necessarily call it stealing some points, but like special teams is where you can steal points or at least possession. And if that's at least a little better, it's fine. But unfortunately, I think the guy's gone because he was trying to get Arab money. But hopefully they'll fill in and be all right.
We get Arab money. Hey, X-Men, mashed potatoes, stop playing, okay? Y'all over there in the South, okay? Stay in the South with your mashed potatoes, okay? We're talking about West African, West Side.
He's trying to say
mashed potatoes, okay?
It is in Colorado.
No, but we're doing pounded yams, okay? Let's we I can't even say what a straight face anymore. Oh my gosh. Hey, Monday night, guys. Monday Night Football is coming Thursday. Hey, hopefully y'all watch the game on Saturday. Okay, guys? We got a game on Saturday. Watch the game. I'm going to try my best to try to see if I can stream it on my vacation. I am leaving tomorrow morning to go on my vacation. I'll be away for a week, but we definitely I'm going to try to stream on Monday night and Saturday if I can. So if I can, y'all see me. When y'all see that notification, hopefully y'all hit that bell. When y'all see that notification, you'll see. So DC, who did you have? You have Florida State for Saturday, right?
Yes, I do.
All right. What are your final thoughts, brother? Let's get up out of here.
Man, y'all enjoy some football this weekend. Have a good time. Regardless, let's just enjoy the season, enjoy each other, and have fun. Great show, Harry.
Hey man, I appreciate it, man. Y'all have a great weekend, guys. We're gonna talk some. We get to now critique the actual game. All right, it's Thursday. We get to critique the game. So it's time for us to actually start talking about the actual game. I'll see y'all on Monday. Hopefully on Saturday if I can make it. If not, I'll just be enjoying my vacation and just enjoying the game. But I'll see y'all, man. Y'all have a great weekend, guys. I'm out. DC, I'm out, man. Thank you. Appreciate you.
See you, bro. Peace.
All right. Peace, everybody. Thanks for being part of the show. Y'all take care. Y'all, man, Stacy, everybody, Milwaukee, PD2 Raw Network, Peter Investor, the X-Men, DC, Phil So Real, Tim from Dallas, Stacy Ephraim. Guys, have a wonderful weekend. God bless you. I'm out.